was a California August in '82 when my mother gave birth to the Spam Tech crew. 13 years later had me looking at Linux. Programming made me stronger like Papa the Spinach. Now, people know that a DG carry weapons, but if that weapon is a nest, you step in. We finish Contra with only one life. Finish Metal Gear 2 using only a knife. Right. People might think that we're frontin', then they see all the noobs online that I'm putting. My rhymes flow just like my code, even though my source is owned by SCO. What about my Indian? I keep it low. See me on Gunbound, call me pro. I'm a certified legend, but I'm still your bro. This is a PSA, boy, the more you know. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spam. I said my heart's wide open, goatsy, and my windows min like Ho Chi. I'm just another nerd, but I rap about it. Shit talk on the net, then I laugh about it. I've been caught slipping like the Star Wars kid when I'm on eBay sniping a bid. Catch me on a webcam like Numa Numa. See me at the club and I'm rocking Puma. Another net legend if you see me yodel. Spit a little something that's anecdotal. Tell me about the time the E-Bombs world stole your chop like I stole your girl. Catch me on Gen May, not something awful. Low tax would ban me, raffle. I'm a certified legend, but I'm still your bro. This is a PSA, boy, the more you know. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spams. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spams. Yeah.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. What that means, Nancy, if you're one of those snowflake types that lives in your mama's basement, has no job skills and no real-world experience, a self-proclaimed social justice warrior that talks tough while sitting behind a keyboard but wouldn't last 5 seconds backing up that tough talk face-to-face, then this program isn't for you. For the rest of us grown-ups, viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD. And I see we're all on the edge of our seats. We're all excited for the big news, the big bombshell that dropped earlier today. I was just at my job, doing what I do, working hard, hardly working. And I got multiple messages. I got some messages from the Retro Bro. I got some messages from the Sweet and Tender Hooligan, and they alerted me to a particular video. A video by a channel I've never heard of, a channel that nobody talks about. Right? It's just like this small little channel. But apparently they had an interview with somebody on this channel, and on it they dropped just bomb after bomb after just fucking they Hiroshima'd the Intellivision Amico. That's all I can say. That's the best description I can give you. It was an atomic blast of Oppenheimer proportions. And we're going to go over it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see what the hell I am building up and why the Amico is now officially dead and buried. And of course, the link is pinned. If you're not banned, if you want to come in and talk some Amico, give your thoughts on what we hear, what we discuss, feel free, as long as, like I said, as long as you're not banned, and I feel like letting you on. Who cares about Amico? Paul Rubens died. I don't know who that is, but condolences to your friend. Speaking of people who died, I'm not sure if people are aware of this, but Pee Wee Herman died, apparently. Apparently, Pee Wee Herman had cancer. R.I.P. Pee Wee Herman, and apparently this Paul Rubens guy that Tommy Amico is friends with. So sorry that your friend Paul is dead, but we got more important things to talk about. Did you say banned or banned? Banned. B-A-N-N-E-D. If you're not banned, feel free to jump on in. Because it's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a fun time. So here it is. Here is a new Intellivision console coming, ? Exclusive interview, ! Man. So this is from the channel Mike's Gaming Gala, 567 subscribers. Because why would a huge announcement be on anything other than a small channel? We are so used to in this day and age of Amico talk that big bombshells happen on tiny channels. So bravo to Mr. Mike. Adrian Street died? Damn, everybody's dying. It's tough. Amico died. Deaths come in threes, right? We got Adrian Street, we got Pee Wee Herman, and we got the Intellivision Amico. So let's see. Let's go over. This man here on the left is Mike. The man on the right is from Electric something. He's an Intellivision homebrew guy.
But the owner, Richard Spitalny of First Star Software, and I didn't ever know that I'd meet him and actually start working with him.
I went back a little further than needed just so we make sure that we're not missing any of the context, right? We want to get all that sweet Amico context.
With him. And the funny thing is when I had it ready to go and I took it to a local retro store, someone said, First Star Software is going to sue you. And I go, why would my co-publisher sue me?
So there you go. He co-publishes with First Star Software. If you're not aware, First Star Software, Boulder Dash, and other classic IPs. They're also owned by BBG Entertainment. Yes, the very BBG Entertainment that has bought Shark and Astro Smash. Interesting. Go on.
So we had legitimate stuff, and then eventually Richard sold the rights to Boulder Dash and all of First Star Software to BBG Entertainment in Germany,
which is where we start to transition to what we're really here to talk about today.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So what happened was I ended up meeting Stephen Berenson, the president of BBG.
Okay.
And he owns the rights to Boulder Dash, and I introduced them to Intellivision Entertainment.
Yeah.
So this is the guy. If you want to blame somebody for Intellivision selling off those IPs, for Intellivision losing the rights to Shark to Astro Smash, this is the guy. This guy right here. That's the guy. He's the one who did it. He's the assassin.
You know who they are?
Yes, the now infamous.
Just tell us what's going on. Jesus, 56. Can't anybody build anything up dramatically? Can't we just do things in a nice razzle dazzle? You want to just bust my load? Just don't worry, it's coming. Okay. Get your lotion ready. Get your paper towels, your napkins, what have you, old socks, whatever it is you use. Get them ready.
Amico people.
So we all know where that went.
Yeah.
It's a touchy subject.
Touch
Yes,
it's
for
okay.
sure.
But that didn't work out the way we all wanted it to.
Yep.
However, because of that, BBG Entertainment now owns the rights to all the classic Intellivision games.
BBG Entertainment owns the rights to all the classic Intellivision games. All. Not just Shark Shark, not just Astro Smash. All of them. Every single classic Intellivision IP, BBG Entertainment owns the rights to them. Can you say fire sale in the middle of the night? Can you say Phil Adam was out there making those 6-figure deals? Man, we all missed it. We all missed it. Actually, some of us called it. Some of us was saying, "Hey, I think probably BBG is going to buy a lot more." I remember somebody on this panel, one of the panel members on this channel said it. So he's the Yoko Ono of Intellivision. Yeah, pretty much. My mother told me I had to clean my room before bedtime. I can't wait 2 hours. It's not going to be 2 hours. It's not going to be 2 hours. Yeah, Hammock Man. I said the same thing. I said, "Wow, damn." I don't know about y'all, but I'm redirecting my outrage towards this new BBG console. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we could clarify. Maybe he's wrong. Let's let the man clarify.
Which is including Shark Shark, Astro Smash, all the original Intellivision titles.
Checkers.
Baseball,
Checkers.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. He even clarifies all of them. Every single one. Are you an Intellivision fan? Do you love Intellivision? Well, Intellivision doesn't even own the rights to its own IP library, to the software. Gone, sold to the Germans. Poor Keith. Poor Keith, spinning in his grave right now. This is one of those moments. This is a huge moment. Noah Jetty said never liked BBC. Wife enjoyed it apparently. Oh, it's good for her. Retro Bro says could have been a licensing deal that isn't clear yet. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But he said owns. We're not even into the console yet. We're just into the IP. I don't think, and this is me speculating at the moment, right? But I do not think BBG Entertainment is going to license the classic IPs, create a console, put the classic IPs on the console, and then pay Phil Adam and Intellivision every time they sell a console because they license those games, right? They're not talking about selling the games individually. They're not talking about selling the games in packs or an Intellivision Lives collection. We know that they bought the rights to Astro Smash and Shark Shark just straight up. So I wouldn't doubt it if Phil Adam came back to them and said, "Hey, you know what? How about the rest of the games, right? You bought Astro Smash and Shark Shark, but we have these other games. You could have the entire collection." That's what I'm guessing happened. I'm guessing at some point Phil Adam realized he can't give these things away. He can't sell them to anybody. And so he came back to BBG and said, "Make me an offer. Make me an offer, and you can have it all, lock, stock, and barrel." And I'm sure there's a caveat in there saying, "Oh, well, if Intellivision Entertainment ever makes a console, or if they ever get off their ass and make Amico Home a reality, they could put those old games or the new versions of the old games on the consoles." I'm sure that's somewhere in the contract. But according to this man here, with the inside information, connections to the president of BBG Entertainment, man. Indy says that's exactly what Atari did with Hasbro 25 years ago. Yeah. Tommy Amico says, "Yeah, a huge moment. I've been waiting for 3 years." Sweet and Tender says $17 million raised so that BBG could buy the IPs at a discount. And now here's the thing, right? Here's the real kick in the ass. You'll notice Phil Adam has not said a damn word about that, right? And again, when we talked about the Shark Shark deal, when we talked about Astro Smash, we were clear to note clear to note that these things were sold off in like February, right? Remember, Astro Smash, Shark, the trademarks were done in February of this year. We didn't hear about it until like a month ago, right? Phil Adam has been sitting on cash. I wouldn't put it past him if he sold these IPs a long time ago, months ago, took that cash, was paying out the rest of their contracts. Because if he told you guys, if Phil Adam made this announcement, if he said, hey, we sold all these IPs, the first thing people are going to say is, well, where's my refund? Where's my refund money, Phil Adam? Right? So he just sold it quietly in the night. And now BBG Entertainment owns it all. Lock, stock, fucking barrel. Sad. Indy says, sold Hasbro 1 or 2 and then the whole shebang. Yeah, I'm telling you. We know Phil Adams said he was looking for licensing deals. He was looking to sell these things. He was looking to raise some capital. You'll note that the Amico home is not called the Intellivision Amico home. It's not called the Intellivision Amico home. I wonder why that is. Why wouldn't Intellivision Entertainment call their app that's potentially coming out the Intellivision Amico home or the Intellivision home, right? Why just the Amico home? Makes you think, doesn't it? But we'll get to that. 56K says, Talerico is a club owner from Goodfellas, made the wrong people as partners, and now they're busting the joint out. Wasn't Phil Adams main? It's Phil Adam. It's not Phil Adams. It's Phil Adam, and his main expertise is selling off IP. He's the hatchet man. He's the guy that comes in and chops up the body and sells it for parts. And that's what Philly Adams is doing right now. Let's go on. Let's see what else we got to say.
And he has full rights to make a console.
He has full rights to make a console.
And he's been consulting with me because I know him through Richard.
Yeah.
So I'm an unpaid intern, so to speak.
Consultant.
Yeah. I'm a consultant, and so I've been guiding him because he's not an Intellivision guy.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of input. And as a big fan, I've been a big fan of Intellivision ever since 1980.
Yeah.
So I know what I want as a customer, and what we're trying to do now is we're trying to make a console that has HDMI, with an HDMI chip.
Okay.
So it's fully licensed with an FPGA Intellivision core.
Fully licensed HDMI chip with an FPGA Intellivision core. Oof.
Yes.
Which means that it can run Intellivision cartridges.
Yes.
But not only that, this system is going to run Atari cartridges if we get it done.
Yeah.
And ColecoVision cartridges all in one system.
ColecoVision, Atari, and Intellivision cartridges. Man, all in one. All in one. Fully licensed. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, Tony, this is a crazy idea. But let me rewind the clock. Let's turn back things just a couple of weeks. What did we learn a couple of weeks ago, gentlemen, in the chat? Oh, that's right. We learned that PlayMagi, the Polymega people, are in talks with Atari to work on new hardware for Atari. Could it be that BBG Entertainment, who now fully owns the rights to Intellivision's IP library, who probably talked to Atari as Atari bought the M Network games from Intellivision, could you imagine that possibly these companies are talking to each other and this is going to be an Atari BBG PlayMagi collaboration on a 3-in-1 Intellivision, ColecoVision, Atari console. Oof. With fully licensed HDMI. Ludo says he's in. He's in. Do these guys think they can just move on after Amico? Lol, no fucking way, dude. Well, these aren't the Amico guys. These are someone else. Indy says full rights to make a console. So what? Any of us can do that? Not really. You can't slap Intellivision on a console. You don't have the right to actually put the Intellivision name. I think what he means when he said full rights to make a console, I think he means the full rights to actually put the Intellivision branding on the console. Because it is my belief, gentlemen, that along with the IP library for Intellivision, they also bought the trademark and or licensed the Intellivision brand trademark. Man. Oh, you mean Intellivision fans as a whole? Oh, Intellivision fans can move on. Amico fans can't move on. Television fans, they can. If this thing comes out, I guess I got to get it, right? I guess. Somebody should sell these guys some pants. I'm holding out hope that Tommy Zero is a silent partner in BBG. I would laugh if Tommy Zero is the BBG guy. That would be funny. Laughing, they're not even in television anymore. They're just Amico. Just Amico. That's right. We all missed it. We all missed it. The signs are right there. Hammock Man says, how will the cult defend this bullshit? Well, I was asked the same thing. Retro Bro asked me, he goes, what do you think DJC and Ram and the fellas are going to say on Wednesday? And I'll tell you what I told Mr. Retro Bro. I believe they're going to pretend like they don't know what this is. I believe they're going to pretend, if anyone asks, they'll say, well, Phil Adam hasn't told me anything. Phil Adam hasn't said anything. I don't know if this is true. This just sounds like some silliness on the internet. The internet, it's just a silly place. That's what I think is going to happen. I hate this new console already. Now there's 4 companies called Intellivision and like 2 called Intellivision that don't do video games. Something like that. DJC will say this is a side console like the NES Mini. It'll only help bring Amico awareness. Possible. It's possible. That's a good guess as to how DJC will react.
Which is amazing. I remember when the Amico was first announced, before I knew anything about it, I wanted an FPGA Intellivision system.
Right.
So the fact that now, years after that, this sounds...
If you remember, Tommy was claiming at one time that it was going to have the Intellivision emulator. Was it J-Ins emulator was going to be on there. And I think, I want to say at least one post, Tommy mentioned FPGA. I want to say, I remember seeing that.
Sounds like it's actually coming. Makes me very, very, very happy gamer.
So we've been running into troubles because it's very difficult to find an FPGA programmer. Absolutely. And there's many different FPGA chipsets.
Yeah.
So if you're an FPGA programmer, get in touch. Reach out to this guy. We want this Intellivision. Put in some wood grain. We need some sweet wood grain from a man, Ozzy.
So it's been a struggle.
Yeah.
But we are working towards it.
Mm-hmm.
But why stop there? Why not?
Why stop there? The man says they're doing more. But wait, there's more.
Make an Intellivision 3.
The Intellivision 3, gentlemen. Not the 1, not the 2, not a mini, not a super, but a 3. An Intellivision 3. Man. Years after that, Amico has not ended yet. Yeah. Tommy says, here's my question. How will this console get produced given the massive global chip shortages? No idea. This is these guys must have the inside track. Apparently Germany's not affected on the chip shortage. Coleco Chameleon was supposed to be FPGA early on. Yeah, I remember that. So what you're saying, a bunch of boomers forming an alliance, Tommy really running this like a... Yeah, but Tommy's out. Tommy was out. Tommy was not a made man. They took Tommy out back. And who wears flip-flops inside? I don't know. Those aren't flip-flops. Those are sandals. Not flip-flops, exactly. I feel like Hammock Man could do a good vocal impression of this guy. Probably. Onslaught says, hunkering down for a 5-hour show, getting my popcorn. No, it's not going to be 5 hours. I'm not going to gloat that much. I mean, but let me just say, to everybody who said early on that Tommy should just do an Intellivision Mini or an Intellivision flashback console or something retro. It looks like you guys were right. It looks like that's where the money is because that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing, baby. Brendan says Intellivision 3 for the Dale. And Indy says, I bet every dollar I got, they still won't release the keyboard add-on. What blockchain are they using for the NFTs? I don't think they're doing NFTs. Not sure. From what I can tell, it's basically the ZX Spectrum next for OG Intellivision, a thing for the homebrew scene. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I think those are Birkenstocks. They might be. What's up, Rabbit Dude? Popping in, saying hello. We got 33 people here. Make sure you hit that like button. Smash the subscribe if you haven't done so already. Ring that bell. And, of course, share this with all your Intellivision friends, all your amigos.
Yes. So for those who aren't aware, tell us what the difference between kind of the core Intellivision and the Intellivision 3 features are.
Well, the Intellivision 3 was never made. It was just proposed at Intellivision, at Mattel. And it was supposed to bring more moving objects, more multicolored sprites, multicolored background cards, higher resolution. Mm-hmm. So there were basically it was supposed to be a supercharged Intellivision before their next Intellivision 4, which was based on a totally different CPU. Yeah.
Wow, there was going to be an Intellivision 4. I'm learning so much from this gentleman here. But the Intellivision 3 was going to be the super Intellivision. It's going to be the hyped up, mega, ultra, hyper realistic. We added an extra color. Now you can see things in pink Intellivision. Oh, man. And we're going to get that. We're going to finally, after 40 plus years of waiting, of pining, of thinking, man, if only they had released that Intellivision 3, then Mattel would have dominated the market. Well, now, gentlemen, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. I'm having way too much fun. I apologize for my giddiness and my excitement because this is just excellent news. I just love this. It says, yep, the new games on Switch and Retro Console. We were right, they were wrong, and we told you so. Exactly. Onslaught says DJC should love this idea since he is an Intellivision fan and not a Tommy fan. Let's see what he says. Well, I know there's one Intellivision fan in the comments. We're going to go to the comments after we get through all of this. So in like an hour, we'll get to those comments. Because there are some Intellivision fans in the comments, and we're going to see what people have to say. That's what I was thinking. DJC is basically obligated to be a fan since it's an Intellivision. But it's not Intellivision. It's a BBG Intellivision. I got the Intellivision flashback I bought from Family Dollar like 6 years ago. Well, like 2 months ago or a month ago. What are we? We're almost in the end of July. Almost 2 months ago, I got the Intellivision Lives collection on the PS2. In celebration, I might bust that out on Friday and we'll play some classic Intellivision Lives. Intellivision 3, they beat Valve. Yeah, they finally figured out how to do a 3. Just forget about Amico. Just buy our new Intellivision console. Nothing to see here. It's a different company. Sweet. Don't be salty. Sweet, why are you so salty? Come on. The Intellivision Advance. Yeah. Joe Zanoli says, I don't lose. Tommy doesn't lose. What he's proposing essentially is selling us a 40-plus-year-old console that yous are going to eat up and buy. Let me tell you something. Intellivision 4 can do 2D better than PS5. Yeah. Oh, shit. Potion's weighing in. He says, scam, rinse, and repeat. This isn't a scam. It's not a scam, at least not in my opinion. Now, these guys haven't even got out the gate. You're already calling it a scam. Hasn't even gotten out the gate. Hasn't asked for any money. That's okay, sweet. This is what we wanted for them. This is what they should have gotten 3 years ago. Yeah, exactly. Y'all are wrong. BBG's right. Yeah. What's up, Arioka? Says this is false information. Tommy Zero is going to buy Intellivision. I heard it a long time ago. Yeah. We are free now. Free. I still want my Coleco Chameleon, Phil Adam. Well, this is the Intellivision Chameleon.
Yes.
So this CPU was faster, had a better stick chip, and all these great items. But they kept it suffered from what they call a kitchen sink syndrome. Do you know what that is?
That's where you try to throw everything in except.
Yeah. So you may have seen pictures of the proposed Intellivision 3 in a brochure. Have you seen that?
I think actually at some point you showed me that.
Oh, okay. Has joysticks that are wireless joysticks, built-in IntelliVoice, all sorts of cool things.
Built-in IntelliVoice. You can hear B-52 bomber without any extra add-ons. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That's innovation, baby.
But of course, the infamous crash that I remember because I was there.
Infamous crash.
Some people say it didn't happen, but it did happen, and that was.
You hear that? Everyone in the UK who say it didn't happen, there was a crash. Damn it, he was there. He was driving the bus when it fucking crashed. All the video games.
That was canceled, and Mattel went out of business, and they sold it to INTV Corp, and never came out.
Mm-hmm.
So don't confuse it with the Intellivision System 3 or the Super Pro system. That's typically called the Intellivision 3.
Yeah.
So this is the enhanced version.
Actually.
So this isn't the Intellivision 3. This is the enhanced version of the Intellivision 3, which is not the System 3 or the Pro. This is the super awesome extra max. Man. I bet this guy doesn't have any famous cousins. Yeah, that's true. Went from AARP marketing to retro game collector market. BBG Alliance is onto something. Yeah, they should ask for pants. Why are you hating on people's choice of clothing? Noah, come on. This is going to be a hobbyist device, not mass market. Yeah, that's what sounds like. DJC is really going to rage on you now, Tony. This is all your fault. This is all my fault. I killed the Intellivision. The frog killed it. No call, no show. Hey, everybody, what the fuck did I miss? You missed BBG Entertainment. This gentleman here is claiming BBG Entertainment owns all the classic IPs from Intellivision, and they're going to make a new Intellivision console with FPGA that can play Intellivision, Atari, and ColecoVision. But that's not all, because they're also releasing an Intellivision 3 console. Intellivision sucked. NES is the best 80s console. I agree. Intellivision is garbage. Plus, they still got a copy strike on my channel. Phil Adam, I know you're watching. Can you please take off the damn copy strike from my channel already? It's been like 2 years. Fuck. Only in America crash? No, it was everywhere crash. America's all that matters. Damn it. When will the Kickstarter begin? Never. Not BBC Entertainment, BBG Entertainment. FPGA, just like the Coleco Committee. Yes, exactly. Holy jeez, exactly. No call, no show. It was when I heard this, I was like, holy fuck. This was a holy fuck moment in the retro community. Tommy Talerico, who never loses, never loses. He just killed the Intellivision console. A new company owns it. Man. I love the Amico story. Everybody does. This is going to be the end of the documentary, right? The end of the Amico King. Amico King season 1 ends with the cliffhanger of, oh my God, they're selling it? Andy says, I'll build everyone a little modded Intelli Raspberry Pi. I'll even 3D print an Intellivision case for it. 3D print an Amico case, then we'll talk. Technically, the Amico has been dead since 2020. Actually, the Amico's been dead since 2018. It never lived. It was stillborn. The Amico was stillborn. You're just in time, UCBJ. Left guy wearing sandals with no socks. We still on the fence on the guy on the right. We need to see his feet. That's extra. That's on his OnlyFans. If you had FPGA, you could play any retro system perfectly. Well, why would you play Intellivision? Because you're a fan. Because you're a fan. Never trust people who wear socks with sandals. I agree. Can we convince Tommy to promote this console on YouTube? That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Can't wait to see the story that Rab spins to make the win. Yeah, he's got 2 days, right? He's got all the rest of today and the whole of tomorrow and all the way up until showtime on Wednesday. Plenty of time to come up with a nice story. Stillborn, Amico was a teenager faking a pregnancy to trick the boyfriend. that's a good one, Tommy. How much will the pilot units be worth? All that is it's up to collectors, right? It's how much people want it. If people want the pilot units, then they're going to be worth a lot. If people actually don't care or don't really, there's no desire or collectability for them, then no. Will there be an ET remake? Somebody booked the shaman. Prom night dumpster baby. You guys are terrible. Terrible. Wait until the Yankees find out about this. Man. All right, let's go on. You got more because it's more news. Look at it. We still got like 8 minutes of video to go.
Enhanced graphics and processing capability.
So we finally have talked to a person who's going to do the FPGA.
Okay.
And
they talked to somebody. FPGA is happening. It's a go.
I told him what I wanted to do with the Intellivision 3.
And he said, you're disgusting. You can't do that with an Intellivision. You put some pants on.
And I showed him the Mattel spec, and he said, "This is nothing. It's just a specification. There's no technical aspect to it." And my friend Scott Nuds, he wrote Boulder Dash, and he did the cart dumper. He wrote out a huge Intellivision 3 spec, which I once ran by Keith Robinson at a Classic Gaming Expo, and he.
This guy also was in conversations with Keith Robinson. I don't know. Maybe it is scammy. We're on the fence now. I might have to agree with Potion.
Sat there and rolled his eyes as his assistant elbowed him.
Yeah.
His assistant was Tommy Talerico. He don't want to tell you that, but Tommy Talerico was the assistant that elbowed Keith Robinson. We all know Tommy and Keith were tight as thieves, thick as thieves, as they say.
That went nowhere.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I kept it in my files, and when this came along, I sent it to the FPGA guy, and he goes, "Well, this is much more solid in what we want to do, but I have a better one." I go, "What? He didn't say that." So he has a plan for an FPGA.
Okay.
Unfortunately, one of the stumbling blocks that we have is that he went away on a programming adventure for a project that was near and dear to his heart. To do with audio. So he was suddenly unavailable. And so my idea was to get JZ TV.
JZ Ion TV. The emulator. Come on, man. This is good stuff. I'm an Intellivision 3 shill. 8 minutes equals 2 hours. Yeah. Another video DJC will claim not to see. That's true. That's true. This is Cheetahman 2 and Intellivision 3 level scan. I don't know. They're going to face the LPGA, handle the FPGA. Possible. It's possible. This whole idea is mind-numbingly stupid. Amico for never. The Amico haters should all get on board with the Intellivision 3 just to troll Tommy further. Hell yeah, I'm going to be the Amico Intellivision 3 show. Take it easy, Noah. This guy looks like Austin Stone Cold Creamery spokesman. Stone Cold Creamery. I'm telling you, it's just rinse and repeat the retro console remix. Intellivision 3 will turn out to sell millions and millions until Talerico gets nothing. Nothing. It's being designed by Mr. Lee. Hammock Man says, let's shield the fuck out of this. Hell yeah. Vito, what's up? He says, Miko cannot die. It's dying, Vito. They sold off all the Intellivision rights to BBG Entertainment. They got JZ. Yeah. We just need a little more record. A little more. We need to bombard GameStop tomorrow with phone calls and ask to pre-order the Intellivision 3 Galaxy Purple.
To support Intellivision 3 using the specifications that he has. So I recently emailed him and said, hey, how's your MSX programming adventure going?
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing the FPGA soon? And he's come back and he's suggested that he would do a emulator that supports the Intellivision 3, and that would be like a flashback device and a developer's kit that can be given to the programming community
to program for
Intellivision 3. Now,
look at that. You can program, you can make your own Intellivision 3 games. Isn't this exciting? Is it just me, or does this guy look like a better Uncle Fester than the one that was on the Wednesday show? I'm just saying.
Things that I really want to have. Is on the FPGA physical cartridge system.
Yeah.
Of course, games like Tron Deadly Discs or Burger Time, BBG doesn't have the license to that.
Yeah.
But imagine if you plug an Intellivision Burger Time card in and Intellivision 3 graphics come up.
That an upgrade. And that can be, cool. Something you set in the menu. If you want to play the original, fine.
He wants you to be able to put your cart in, your original Intellivision carts, like Burger Time or Tron Deadly Disc, and it automatically will upscale it to the Intellivision 3 version.
Otherwise, play the...
Yeah. So also another aspect of it is that we can have, because he has the rights to the game, the system is probably going to have a certain amount of built-in games.
Okay.
And then it's going to have a certain amount of built-in Intellivision 3 games.
A certain amount. You're going to have six packing games? Come on, 6 packing games. Say the names. But see, this is why I don't think that they did a licensing agreement, because there's no way you're making a console and then paying, multiple licensing fees for every game that you're putting on there, right? It is either a one-time licensing fee and they get all rights to use it however they want, or they just bought it outright, which is what I predict is the actuality.
And of course, you'll be able to play cartridges too.
Yeah.
And then with JLP technology, we can surely get it to run Intellivision 3 games.
And it sounds like Intellivision 3 games are going to be brand new games for your television. At least the guy saying this is a computer programmer. This is true. The Intellivision 3 sounds expensive. Yeah, I think the Intellivision 3 is supposed to be the expensive one, and then like the other one is supposed to be like the casual, like the high market. One is for the high market, one is for the low market. I bet Uncle Fester doesn't even have a Guinness World Record. Now, why didn't the interviewer ask if the guy's parents are still living? You guys, you got jokes. The Amico shields will say the Intellivision 3 is the Amico. Where did you get to the video? When was this made? Well, if you scroll down, this was made 7 hours ago from Mike's Gaming Gala. That's right. And like I said, we are going to go over all the comments. 2 downvotes. One is Rab and one is DJC. They gave it a little thumbs down. Hammock Man says I liked it. He's on board. He's chilling and chilling in the hammock. Chilling and chilling in the hammock. Are Intellivision 3 games going to be on cards and use that newfangled RFID technology? Probably not. They're probably going to be cards. What's the odds of hearing from Phil this week now in light of this new update? I think I've been checking my email all day, as a matter of fact, Dink. I have a feeling, if not today, tomorrow, at least probably before, I would say before Amico Forever, Phil's going to release something. Don't worry, Amico Home's coming and yada. So that way it'll give DJC and them a little something to talk about. New show Intellivision 3 Forever. Somebody patented it. Somebody trademark Intellivision 3 Forever. The Intellivision 3 show. We're bringing it back. Why didn't they just release the Intellivision Mini and then publish new games on Steam or Switch with Intellivision Games branding? Why make this so complicated? Because Tommy was insistent that was a dumb idea and that wasn't going to make any money and that the Amico would make money. These guys are essentially going to do that. BBG Entertainment's already saying that they're going to release all the games that they have on multiple systems. But I think the 2 consoles they're making are supposed to be for basically collectors and retro enthusiasts. So you can play your old games and you can play what would be essentially the Intellivision 3 had it ever been released, right? Joseph Handyboat says, so Amico dead and the next Intellivision made by different folks. Yeah, essentially, that's the TLDR. Abraham Lincoln Talerico. I think they randomly canceled Amico Forever this week. You think so? DJC is going to say he got busy. Sorry, guys. Family emergency, got busy. What? Amico dead? Who would have thought? You can't kill what's already dead.
And then on the cheaper end, you have the emulator system that just has like the stock games in it or whatever.
Exactly.
But
see, you get the cheaper system is just the stock games on the emulator. Then you get the high-end system, which is the Intellivision 3. 2 consoles, 2 markets. Ah, man.
has potentially the Intellivision 3 capabilities, so those games would also potentially have upgraded graphics.
Yeah. So that's exactly it.
Yeah.
I don't know. This guy's not grabbing the back of his neck enough. He's not umming and eyeing, and he's not telling us, wouldn't that be something? Like he hasn't said, wouldn't that be something once. He's just laid out a plan for what this system's going to be, what its capabilities are, what its limitations are. He has not once asked this guy what his favorite game is, and wouldn't it be something if it could play that game, and doesn't this controller look like an NES controller? And what was your favorite gaming moment as a kid? He hasn't asked none of that. What kind of businessman is this Uncle Fester guy? And affectionately, that's what we're calling him. This is the Intellivision's Uncle Fester. I named him. He is ours. These guys aren't attacking Pat and Ian yet, so it's not truly an Intellivision concept. Exactly. Vito says, damn it, stupid internet. It's crazy to think about how much money Tommy raised and he couldn't get some stupid thing out the door. Yeah. 17 million plus raised, spent, and not a single damn game, console, app, nothing to show for it, except for selling out all the IPs to another company. I think Sweet found this. I got this both from Sweet and Tender and Retro Bro, like I said earlier. How can they make another Intellivision? Doesn't Tommy Talerico own it? No. I was asked this question earlier, and just like earlier, I'm going to tell you what I've said many, many times that people don't seem to comprehend or pay attention to. Intellivision Entertainment is not Intellivision. Intellivision Entertainment is a brand new company that Tommy Talerico started after he bought the 28% stake that Keith Robinson owned. You see, Tommy Talerico at Keith Robinson's funeral, that's right, funeral, not life celebration, funeral, the man's wake. Tommy convinced the Intellivision Holdings LLC members, the Blue Sky Rangers, and the widow Robinson to sell Keith's share to him so he could start a brand new company in which they would make a brand new Intellivision console, claiming that this was what Keith had always envisioned for the brand. Now, we know this is all lies. We know that Tommy is talking out of his ass. But basically, he tricked the Widow Robinson to sell him a stake in the company. He used that to create Intellivision Entertainment. So no, he doesn't own Intellivision. He never owned Intellivision. He owned a piece of Intellivision. And with the other 72%, I guess the gentleman decided, hey, we had enough of Tommy's shit, and we're just going to drop all of this onto someone else's lap. Good question, Jan. Keep it coming. This guy almost seems like he knows what he's doing. Almost, right? Like, it's not quite. I don't trust this guy. Sweet, man. You've been so upset, Sweet. It's okay. It's okay. We could still watch old Rab videos, Sweet. We'll always have Rab. But we got to move on. Why hasn't this dude told him he loves him? Yeah, he's got to hug him and be like, I love you. I love you, Uncle Fester. This is going to make DJC cry and start talking nonsense at Amico News coming soon. Tommy Talerico haunts DJC while he sleeps. Tony needs to start bringing in the clones of his past panel members. I do. I'm going to have AI. I'm going to bring AI panel members pretty soon. We're working on it. But the physical products exist. They do. Sweet Jenna says, bro sent to me. Okay, so bro discovered it, sent it to Sweet. Sweet sent it to everybody. Now bro got it from Talerico. Talerico got it from Joey. What's up, Adam Wilson? Intellivision 3 skiing has 11 levels. 11, yeah. Is the Amico finally dead? It looks like it. It looks like it's finally dead. At the very least, the Intellivision Amico is dead. The Amico could release, I guess, as a standalone thing, but it probably won't. But the Intellivision Amico is dead as the Intellivision 3 rises like a phoenix from the ashes. Uncle Fester didn't ask these guys if this guy's parents are alive. I know, he's dropping the ball. He's not selling it. I want to know what Rab thinks of Uncle Fester. Says, I don't know. Talerico, Avocado, and the company were doing a great job. The E3 presentation was legendary. Legendary. No. So this guy bought the original Intellivision or Tommy's crap theoretically? No. BBG Entertainment did. This guy's simply a consultant for BBG Entertainment. He's talking about what it is that he's been consulting on, which is the brand new system coming up. It's not Tommy's fault. Nothing went out that door. That was Phil. I'm not putting out 10,000 units at him. Is this the autopsy? Not yet. Not quite. This is like calling the coroner, and we're just delivering the body. We're not quite at the autopsy. Now can we finally see Saggy, Mud Russell, Avocado? Maybe. That's not Uncle Fester. It's Joey. It's always Joey. Tommy Talerico will challenge Uncle Fester and says one shall stand, one shall fall. Joey says no mention of couch co-op. I'm on. Or families, right?
And the first step is to get this product made.
Yeah.
And ready.
Oh, shit. The first step is to get it made. The man said, we actually have to get something made. I thought the first step was to go on the small YouTube channels and call people gaming racist. I've been doing it wrong.
For sale. And but we've talked about he wants to get it in the stores, so we've talked about getting it. Talk to Mattel, perhaps.
Yeah,
they're gonna get it in stores like Bed Bath and Beyond, KB Toys. Say GameStop, please say GameStop.
Yes,
but
that makes sense.
But the idea would be that the cartridge console would be a premium product at a premium price.
Yeah, and much like the analog systems.
So the cartridge console will be a premium. Premium. Ah, man. Sweet's so mad he's losing his relevancy? Possibly. Will Intellivision 3 have rape games? Just Uncle Mustard's revenge. Colonel Mustard's. Colonel Custard's. Colonel Mustard's? The guy from Clue. He's getting his revenge, apparently. He's raping people in Clue. Ask Tom. He'll tell you all about it. I don't trust people with weird mustaches or neck beards. I don't trust those neck beards. The body isn't quite cold yet. Just kidding. Intellivision 3, Fester's Quest. Yeah. Now, take notes, Tommy. This is how you do business. I didn't know Glenn Jacobs was making a new Intellivision. That's not Glenn Jacobs. That's that was his name. The monk. Fuck. Some wrestling fan knows what I'm talking about. The one that played the monk, and then he played the gross guy. Bring Tommy Talerico back. Tony, do you think BBG is waiting for Amico Home to come out before releasing Shark on Steam? No, I think they're fine-tuning it and getting everything ready. I think they're, it wasn't quite finished because they didn't get paid all the way. So I think they're finishing it up and tightening up all the little things that need to be done. Bro and Sweet totally hate this thing because it makes them irrelevant. This dude's the white trash version of Monopoly. Come on, that's a low blow. But where there be the MLB license? I don't know. Bastion Booger, thank you, Joe. Joey Zanoli, he knows. That's exactly what I was thinking about. Mike Shaw, Bastion Booger. He played the Friar. What the hell was the Friar that he played? Muse says it's still coming. It's still coming. Speaking of the MLB license, come on, somebody from BBG Entertainment, find out. Get me the contract. I want to see it. Because, damn it, I should have been the CEO. This should have been me out there with Uncle Fester.
Which I have all of them.
Mhm.
I have the cheapest version of the NES one, but even that cost me hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Really, really high quality.
Mhm.
There's a couple things I want to make sure that you guys talk about, though.
Right.
SD card slot, obviously, so we can play ROMs. Like if you buy your ROMs from Intellivision Collector, or you download free ROMs or wherever,
Right.
that you can play just your ROMs.
I think that's important.
That's a must-have. And second, something to consider that saved the ColecoVision for me, because I hate those controllers.
Right.
And I know, despite the fact that
I love the ColecoVision controllers. I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. ColecoVision had awesome controllers.
and I like the Intellivision controller, there's a lot of people out there that don't like it.
Right.
But if you have an SNES port somewhere on that, the modem controller, and I know the ColecoVision or the CollectorVision Phoenix has native support for that. You can use that because it has a number pad in it and a regular D-pad. I've been asked by the one mutual friend that I did tell what this was going to be. I told him to keep it under his hat, though.
Which one of you son of a bitches is it? Whoever's the mutual friend, I know you're out there. You hit me up. You hit me up on the Twitter or on the email. Give me the inside info. We're looking for that inside information. Damn it. Dank says, "Hell yeah, Tony for CEO." Obviously, Dank doesn't know that I am actually the CEO. I am the Intellivision Entertainment CEO. Tommy Talerico lost the CEO position to me in a bet, and he never paid up because he's a sore loser. Intellivision 3 haters are unhinged. I agree. People hating on the Intellivision 3 right now, unhinged, gaming racist. You're racist. You don't want to see a small company. You hate Germans, apparently. What did the Germans ever do to anybody? The Germans have never done anything. They've been nothing but nice. I mean, the one time that the Germans sent somebody over, they sent that kid, Augustus Gloop. He came over, and you guys almost killed him. You put him in a chocolate river, and he almost drowned. That's what you guys do to German people. Now, yes, Friar Ferguson. Yo, bring it in just before Jan Ong. That's what I was talking about. If it's FPGA, that means we can hack it to play a bunch of Amico games. Like Sesame Street 1. Yeah. Makes more sense to release the physical products first, then the console. That's true. Tony, since you won the bet with Tommy, are you going to be the new CEO for this company? Should be. Will we get overlays for the number pad? Of course you will. Joe says, I was friendly with Mike Shaw during his Norman the Lunatic run. That wasn't a bad run. for what he was and for what he was asked to do, I don't think that Mike Shaw was a bad wrestler. Everyone knows the goat of controllers is the original Magnavox Odyssey. Oof, no. This cannot be stopped till all the peripheral songs of the Amico have been completed, and the games, they must have their own songs too. Will it also have 300 baud dial-up modem installed, 8K of RAM? Hell yeah. Haters tell us of Uncle Fester, they are. Nice Carl impression. 10 out of 10. Yeah. It's going to be an Amico inside a Jaguar shell. Oh, yeah. Dental equipment.
That he's like, please, please, please get them to make sure that they have compatibility with some other controller than the Intellivision.
I think you're going to find that the final product is very similar to the Phoenix.
Perfect.
So, yeah, I think that could happen for sure. But, you know, one step at a time.
Oh, of course.
Oh, shit. He didn't say, wouldn't that be something? And then he said, hey, slow down. Slow down, Mr. Mike Scala. One step at a time. Let's take it easy. And let's get the thing out first, and then we could talk about upgrades.
And we have to finish the core first.
Yep.
So I actually have only been able to talk about this in public for the last 3 or 4 days.
Yes, absolutely.
So he got the green light. This isn't like he didn't go rogue. He didn't accidentally drop this. He was definitely told you're allowed to talk about this in public for the last 3 or 4 days. Apparently the public hasn't told us. We just found out about it. Oh man. According to Mr. Yan Ong, he says DJC has said he will not be around because he will be traveling. He said so in his birthday stream. I guess he heard the news before we did. This is quite possible. This is quite possible. Joe says, as Norman, he was unintentionally getting over as a face. Kids would give him tons of teddy bears at the shows. He had them donated to local kids. Oh, that's nice. It's a nice gesture by Mr. Shaw. He should have got over. They should have played him up more as a sympathetic heel. A person of limited intellect. That kind of lunatic. They could have made the switch. How is one controller going to work for 3 different interfaces? It's a very, very good question. Now, what is the cold thing of all this? We don't know. It just dropped today. This dropped today. Like Mankind. Yeah, like Mankind. That's what they should have went for. We're mixing our wrestling with our Amico talk. Brandon's a negative. Brandon is a gaming racist. System is going to fail. There's no Portland Retro Gaming Expo debut announcement. The Colts probably chanting Tommy's name, hoping Tommy haunts the Amico competition with his Italian demeanor. I'm waiting for Tommy to bust in from that back door. Right from back here. Tommy's going to come out with the steel chair and just hit Uncle Fester. Oh, shit. Talerico hits Uncle Fester with the steel chair. The Amico Wars.
And in fact, I knew that BBG Entertainment owned Astro Smash and Shark way before anyone else did.
Well, you weren't the only one. He's gloating. Now he's gloating. He's like, I knew this shit before all of you. Justy says, Tony, I decided I will fill time. Shill for Intellivision 3. Please be gentle on me. Don't expose me. I'm an Intellivision 3 shill. Oh, does my $100 transfer over? No, does not. Does he have expensive offices with new furniture? Probably not. Tommy the Undertaker coming after Uncle Fester. Joe says, I think Ole Anderson killed Babyface Norman idea and made him Trucker Norm. I killed him. Yeah. Fucking Ole. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All speculating. I knew what was going on. So,
yeah.
That's.
Why didn't you tell us? You could have told me. Could have emailed me, told me what was going on. Keeping all this shit to yourself.
I kept my mouth shut.
Yes. Well, as you have to.
Right. Exactly. So I'm really excited about it. I personally want to see it in an Intellivision 3-like case.
Okay.
And I think we could possibly make it work. But we haven't come to that bridge yet.
Yes.
Cross
Yeah.
it when we get there. But
Wouldn't
right
that
now,
be something?
we've been.
Wouldn't that be something? I would laugh if they bought the rights, like along with the Intellivision name. If BBG's just like, hey, what are you doing with the Intellivision design? We'll take the Amico design too. We'll take that off your hands. And they release an Intellivision 3 in an Amico shell. I would die. Fester would fold Tommy in half, probably. As Jim Ross would say, by God, Talerico has hit Uncle Fester with steel chair. He's been broken in half, stomping a mud hole in him and walking it dry. The humanity. Damn that Talerico. Buy my barbecue sauce. Arioka is a legend. Please don't hate me now that I've confessed that I'm a shill. I'm always anti-e-begging. Thank God he's clearing the air on this. I was thinking he was selling us some Amway products. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, Tony, reach out to Uncle Fester and get the scoop. Why would you assume that I haven't already sent emails? Come on, as soon as I saw this, emails went flying out, gentlemen. I don't know if I'm going to get any answers, but I sent them out. Hey, Hammy, wow, live stream legends in the chat. Yeah. Keeping our mouth shut. that was a Tommy Talerico dig. Probably. Tony should do an interview with Uncle Fester ASAP. I've reached out. Did they buy the Amico mascot Laggy too? I wonder what June thinks. Who the hell is June? I seen you write June twice. Who's June? What am I missing? Hey, Tony, did they play EDM music during the entire interview? No, they did.
3D printing Intellivision 3 cases.
Okay.
And putting a
I think the music was added afterward.
Raspberry Pi in it, and then I'm going to try and get a hand controller interface, and then I was going to get JZN TV working on it, but of course he's the FPGA Corp guy is going to be doing his own Intellivision emulator, with his own Intellivision 3 core enhancements.
Look at that, brand new, built from the ground up Intellivision emulator. Intellivision 3 core. Don't got to worry about JZ Inst. Man.
Okay. So we'll see how that works.
All right. So sounds like early days, but there you have it. BBG is working on potentially an emulation-based kind of flashback style.
All right. We don't need the recap. We watched the interview. We don't need the recap. But gentlemen, there are comments. How much does Talerico get from the IP sale? 28%? Possibly. It depends on what the terms are and the negotiations and all that. Vincent Kennedy McMahon killed Friar Ferguson gimmick because too many religious groups complained. I don't understand why. I mean, it's not like, first off, they've had other religious gimmicks, and a friar is like so outdated. It's like when you think of a friar, you think of Friar Tuck. You don't think of like the current church. Boom! Called it on 3D printed Intellivision cases. I don't think they're going to turn the Running Man into an NFT. This is the guy behind the Intellivision Zero. Possibly. It's not going to sell without a cornhole. That's true. Does this mean no Earthworm Jim 4? Possibly. But there are comments. We got to go to the comments. 80 of them. Let's see. 87. Wow. Jan Ong jumping in the comments during this whole spiel. As I was talking, Jan Ong was typing away. He says, I wonder what DJC, Ram, and Mullis would say about this. We all wonder that, Jan. Geek Getaway is the greatest video game journalist of all time. I agree. Sega Snatcher. He says, also, please don't be offended, but why announce new hardware on a channel with less than 600 subs? If the point was to get the word out, surely there are bigger retro channels he could have went on to spill the beans. This project is already coming off with red flags. And this wasn't really like a formal announcement. I think this is just like a dude that knew another dude to talk about it. everything he said is straightforward, no Talerico jitters. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't rubbing his arm. He wasn't rubbing the back of his head. He wasn't looking away when he talked and stuttering. Nah, I don't believe him. It's not it can't be possible. No, let me make those bigger so you guys can read. Also, let me see. Okay, I'm a humble Unity C programmer, but for this, I'd learn the language. Okay, Mike. I think at the end he asked if you were a programmer, if you want to help on the project or whatever, to contact him at an email. Sega Snatcher says, considering the Amico train wreck, why would anyone even announce another Intellivision-related console, especially so early where they can't even show off concept drawings or prototypes? It's like this guy learned nothing from watching what happened with Amico the past 5 years. How about make a working prototype at least? That's a good point. That's a good point. Like, again, I think the guy's just talking. I think where this gentleman failed, Uncle Fester failed, is he didn't realize that we're all going to be watching, that we're all going to be on the edge of our seats waiting, right? So I think that's what it is. He did everything but tell us he brought Mr. Intellivision back from the dead to do a promo tour for the console. Oof. TT's listening to this guy. Shut up, Greenhorn. Intellivenger's Civil War. Hell yeah. Brian Capelush. I don't think I'd buy another FPGA for retro games since I already have a Mister. However, what I do really want is a new Intellivision controller with a layout like the Atari Jaguar controller that fits standard Intellivision overlays. Or, if it was somehow possible, an Intellivision controller with a Jaguar-style layout. That is a screen built in, which could be a digital version of the old number pads, but with digital overlays. But I don't think that's realistic because custom Intellivision controller with a touchscreen is probably the kiss of death. It sounds like he wants an Amico. Sounds like Brian wants an Amico. G-Dub says, I feel the brand name might hurt this one. Yeah, it could. Eugenio says, oh, it would be cool if this were to happen. And I know William is a reliable person who can get this done. Oh, Uncle Fester has a name. It's William. The William Fester. Uncle William Fester. Thank you, Eugenio, for letting us know. Fester is Thanos. I know what side. Uncle Fester isn't bragging enough. Yeah. So, did anyone say it already? If they have the ability of the FPGA and Intellivision bowling will be played on this, what would DJC do? Sell 2-pin ball machines? I just connected the dots with Uncle Fester. I read it. We're going to read all the comments. Knee-High Nelly says, please do not allow Tommy Talerico, that lying sack of crap, to be involved in his new adventure in any way, shape, or form. Mike Garcia says, Amico, community love. Now, you added a lot to the conversation, Mike. I'm glad you're there. Anjanette Petty, I would love to see the ability to use different controller, but not because I don't like the Intellivision controller. I just wish the cable was longer and not a bungee cord. Don't hate me. Mike says, trust me, there are precious few out there that would say they love the short bungee cord. Lol. Lol. Or as the uninitiated would say, LOL. No thanks, says Slugs and Snails. He's not on board. He's not a shill. He's a gaming racist. Slugs and Snail, official, the first gaming racist that we've seen. Bellstar says, sounds good, but right now the Intellivision name has been tarnished by the Amico drama, so it's not a great timing. But I am sure people will forget about that in a few years. This is what the Amico should have been. Mike replies, I think it'll be a long time before people forget about the Amico. If this system makes it, I just hope people understand that it's a very separate thing. I agree. Sweet and Tender, the hooligan, says, essentially, $17 million was raised so that BBG could buy the IPs at a discount and start from scratch on making a console, unless I'm missing something. Sweet and Tender with another comment. He says, does the world really need another nostalgia box? Perhaps the lesson to be learned with the Coleco Chameleon and the Intellivision Amico is that products like this simply do not need to exist. The same goes for analog. Get a restored OG Intellivision and a multi-cart with all the games. Amico has ruined Intellivision forever. Bellstar hitting back says this is nothing like the Amico or Chameleon. Man, we got some infighting already with the haters. Sweet and Tender says, how is it not? Ooh, hard hitting. John, the retro bro, comes in, tags himself in. He says, this is more along the lines of a Polymega or analog system. It's an FPGA clone. Dropping that hard elbow on Sweet and Tender. Sweet and Tender comes back, says maybe Retron would come out with one if there was enough of a demand for it. Will there be enough of a demand for this project to be successful after all the lost faith from Amico? Analog, Playdate, VCS, Amico, Evercade, all the same in my eyes. John's not having any of it. He says, my big question, why does BBG, a company who has only ever made mobile games, suddenly want to release a console? Sweet says, mobile games, it comes full circle. Was this the plan all along? Raise 17 million and start from scratch. Man, such negative people. Negative. We got a new member. Amused One just became a member. Thank you, Amused One. I am happy to see that we have a new member. And don't forget, every week, every Friday, there is a members only Ask Us Anything where you can ask us anything. But get your question in before Saturday. You get a whole day to ask anything. But don't be like our friends here who ask the next day, like a Sweet and Tender hooligan. Or a certain Tommy Amico who wants to ask the next day after on Sunday. They want to ask questions. You got to ask it on the Friday. Come on. But thank you for joining, Amused One. Says, serious question. What do you think DJC Muller's testing? I don't think they're testing anything. And I think pretty much they've almost admitted to not actually be testing. I think it is, as we said before, parting gifts, right? We all kind of said that this is just them getting a gift, for all their hard work shilling, as the system's on the way out, as they're, closing up shop. They just got rid of all these dev units because, hey, if you got nothing inside the building, then there's nothing to liquidate, right? What is this? And has Relic Glamour responded to whatever this is? I don't think so. Let's help Talerico be the spokesman for Intellivision 3 on YouTube. I love how he tried to explain about the 1983 video game crash. Almost all of us here remember it like yesterday. Yeah. My favorite part was Uncle Fester talking with some house music in the background. What does Francois think of this? Good question. It's a good question. I wonder if there will ever be an official send-off for the Amico for the company. I don't think there will be. I think it's just going to quietly go away. We got another new member, Brandon Carl, joining the Tadpoles. He's a member. And as I just said, don't forget, every Friday, ask us anything. We still got to get some new emojis and stuff for you members. We got to make it fancy. But thank you for the support. We appreciate it. It makes us feel good when all of you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and of course, consider being a member or sending a super chat because hey, it's all great. Yeah, that's right. Don't forget to grab some frog merch to go with the membership. We got mugs, we got mouse pads, we got phone cases. He says thank you and thank all of you for your almost endless amounts of entertainment. We try. So what will happen to Amico Forever? It'll probably go back on an indefinite hiatus. The 83 crash happened. A massive amount of software was canceled across the globe. It didn't happen in the UK or whatever narrative is revisionist history. Well, thank you, Baker Miles, for chiming in. Yeah, whenever anyone mentions the crash, like invariably someone from the UK is like, there was no crash. You bloody Americans are always talking about your crash. There's no crash. Yeah, there was a crash. There was a crash in the video game market, right? The video games crashed in 83, just like those tea crates crashed into the Boston Harbor in the 1700s, right? Let's go on with these comments. The Danny Larson says, very interesting stuff. The Amico was all sizzle, no steak. I don't think the Amico was sizzle. There was no sizzle. There was no steak. There wasn't even a frying pan. It was just a fire waiting. It says, hell, I would have settled for a burger. John Riggs said there was, in fact, steak with that sizzle. He did. Steak was just on back order, says CC Ricers. Some orange cat. I could have sworn that was like Andrew Verba's old avatar. He says, good luck with the Intellivision brand. The last guy who got a hold of it made it radioactive. Mike's Gaming Gala says, no kidding. I guess we'll see if it outright killed it or not. Brian's Man Cave. Brian, big old man cave, says, great interview. This sounds very exciting. Smiley face. Mike's fingers are crossed. Joshua Snyder chiming in. Anything Intellivision, gaming-wise, really needs to be digital at this point. The proposed Amico games library should have been an eShop collection, if it even needs to exist at all. It'll be interesting to see how fast the Amico cult jumps over if this materializes. They'll give Talerico the credit, of course. Hand on my face. I need Potion Soul Run to pop in and do the emojis for me. He's a lot better at this. And Intellivision 3 is like Amico was to the Hancock Museum. It'll help the previous facade. Yeah. Can someone really explain the relationship between Uncle Fester and the BBG? Yeah, he's a consultant. He's consulting on the creation of the new console. It's really not that hard of a concept. Orange Cat is Andrew Verba still? That's what I thought, but I mean, it said Orange Cat. It was really, really weird. Amico Forever will be renamed to BBG Intellivision Forever. BBG Forever. Why you dislike his comment? Whose comment? Who did I dislike? Oh, Brian's Man Cave? Because fuck that guy. That's why. Speaking of fire, some Iron Dome missiles just intercepted something a few miles from my back porch. Fireworks. Yeah. Faced with tears of joy. So the BBG is the one releasing the Intellivision 3. Yes. Yes, it is. Brian's manhole. His cornhole. Brian's cornhole. So Mike says, from a personal standpoint, I just want what every other system seems to have. A way to play my original cards faithfully with an HDMI output. Anything else is gravy, baby. And if this works, the last person anyone should give credit to is Talerico. Damn. Joshua Snyder says, amen to that and testify, my brother. Honestly, I'm surprised that Polymega didn't do an Intellivision or Atari module. They did back off of FPGA claims, though. John, the retro bro, pops in and says, because even Polymega knows only about 50 people care about Intellivision. Lol. Come on, John. One of those people is our buddy Cyrus, the video game virus. Joshua says, agreed, an Intellivision and Atari compatible module might have made sense, but even both of those combined no longer carry much clout to a wide enough consumer base. All right, Cyrus with the questions. He goes full-blown interview mode. He ain't taking no bullshit. Cyrus is getting to the bottom of this. If you get an interview with Uncle Fester, please don't mistakenly call him Uncle Fester. No, I'll definitely call him Uncle Fester. I'll be like, so, Uncle Fester, what's going on? Does a consultant have 600 years of experience? Not quite. Not quite. Okay, then I'm flip-flopping. I'm not a show for the BBC. That's just gross. BBG. Is Intellivision 3 on the launch pad? No, it's not. He said they're still in the early phase. He was actually very realistic about what's going on. You can reverse engineer an old console and tighten up the PCB so it's a much smaller machine. Not really difficult to do. I guess. All right, so here comes Super Mega Graphics 64. Our man, Cyrus. Okay, just to clarify some questions. One, are there two consoles being discussed, or is it that hypothetical? FGPA Intellivision 3 and sort of a plug and play? Question mark. Two, are these projects actually greenlit and officially underway, or in an early hypothetical stage? Question mark. Three, is the name, quote, Intellivision, licensed / planned for this? Please explain. Four, multiple platform support is discussed. Is that hypothetical, or is real work being done on these cores? Man, could you imagine if I love you, Cyrus, and not to like kick a man when he's down on the Intellivision stuff, but man, could you imagine if you had asked these kind of questions to Tommy like 3 years ago? Just saying. 5. What Intellivision 3 enhanced games, if any, are being developed or planned? 6. Is there a price range in mind for these consoles / games? Any extra detail would be fantastic. Cyrus wants all the goods. He wants everything. He needs the fuel and a few other hundreds of parts. Yeah. I wonder if Talerico's take will cover the furniture bill. Probably not. I am sure Phil is going to make sure at least some of the bill gets stuck to Tommy. I feel like it's revenge of the other 72%. Probably. I'm sure. Nick Richards is in charge of the money, so I'm sure he'll make sure that payments go out to the employees or whoever needs to be paid before Tommy gets his cut. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Yo, is that Cyrus Martin announcing console? What did I miss? No, it's not. It's Uncle Fester. Right. Is that the console Bob was talking about working on? No, it's not. Cyrus is not Uncle Fester. Come on. Uncle Fester is not that unhinged. I love you, Cyrus. I'm only joking. All right. So Mike says he answers as best I know them. 1. 2 consoles, an FPGA Intellivision 3, and a flashback style console, high market, low market. 2. Beyond hypothetical, but just starting to get the wheels turning on getting them done. 3. I'm not privy to any of the documentation, but my understanding is that BBG has the rights to the Intellivision brand and game library. Now, again, it makes no business sense for them to license the brand and the library, right? Not if you're making a console, not if you're putting games on the console. To have to continually play, you might as well just make your own games at that point, right? Owning the games, at least it makes a little bit of sense, but licensing these old ass games, unless you were getting them for like dirt fucking cheap, like pennies, then no. It says 4, multiple platforms is indeed the goal and not hypothetical. I know of some things in process that would allow that to happen, but I'm not allowed to share that info yet. My assumption is that Polymega or Playmaji, not Polymega. Polymega is a console. Playmaji is the company. Playmaji and Atari have entered into an agreement. I'm guessing that BBG's also entered into an agreement with them, and that's how this system is going to be born. Will Phil sue Tommy? Probably not. Indy says 4:38 here in Tel Aviv. Still keeping this fire pit going. The stream helps keep me awake. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hopefully everything's good there. All right. 5. Nothing is developed or planned yet on the game front for Intellivision 3. I believe by adding that feature and providing the dev kit that they simply want to support people who want to make games with those features. As for upgrades to existing games, I believe that discussion is just starting. 6. Nothing concrete yet, but looking at other FPGA and flashback systems out there would give you a good idea of potential range. Hope that helps. Cyrus, not satisfied, says one more question. Is there any goal or plan as to when this product might see a release? I know that's probably impossible to know, but there's some sort of desired or expected day in the future when these consoles might see a release. If so, then would that be staggered? Like one gets a release, then 6 months later the other or something? Mattel is mentioned. Has there been any contact with them? Is their involvement a real possibility? Sorry, that was more than one question. My bad. I was just about to say, Cyrus, that was way more than one question. I'm glad you caught it yourself. Unfortunately, says Mike, I have no idea on release date goals, but we'll update when I hear about them. Anything I could tell you would be a complete guess, and I don't want to do that. Mattel was mentioned, but to the best of my knowledge, not contacted, at least not yet. My personal opinion, especially with everything that's happened with the brand over the past 5 years, I would be shocked if they got involved. Cyrus says, dude, thank you for this. I really appreciate the info and for being so willing to share your thoughts. Great interview and follow up. Cartridge and Disc podcast. We need one in wood grain. Great news. Can we get some documentation on the BBG has the right to make consoles? This goes far beyond what Phil Adam had announced. Says, I'm not privy to the rights agreement between these two companies, but when I get more specific details on it, I will be sure to share. We're all on the edge of our seats for this, baby. Papa Pete going to cream his pants. He's been shilling all those new games, right? They're going to work on this system, apparently. Okay, my new channel will be called BBG, from what Leah said, and I'll finally live stream and show will be called the G Spot because all the G's come to chat with the BB. Sounds like a plan. Storage Wars. Maybe we should watch that. That sounds more interesting. Retro Bro says, also, how would you be able to use the Intellivision quote name if you make an Intellivision 3? Doesn't Tommy Talerico still own the rights to the Intellivision name? We covered that, but let's see what they have to say. I'm not 100% sure what the situation between BBG and Intellivision Entertainment is, but BBG owns the Intellivision copyright as well as the game library and multiple other IPs. Say it with me again. BBG owns the Intellivision copyright as well as the game library and multiple other IPs. This is Mike not making a guess. He's saying BBG owns, I don't know how many times I can say this, the Intellivision copyright. I can only get so hard. As well as the game library. Owns it. Retro says, wait, you said BBG owns the Intellivision copyright. Since when? Says, okay, seeing the response on your other comment, I may have my lines twisted. BBG has the rights to all this stuff. They may not outright own it. Hopefully in future I can find out what the full proper situation is. I was under the impression they owned it now. Man. People asking questions. Man, could you imagine if they asked this many questions when Talerico was around? Yo, Tony, if the BBG has the rights to Intellivision, then we get that update sooner from what you mentioned? Possibly. Just make sure that you're shilling and chilling in the hammock. Says Retro Bro says, they do own Astro Smash and Shark. That was confirmed by BBG and Intellivision Entertainment. I am curious now. It is very likely Intellivision could have sold them outright or done a licensing deal. Clarification from BBG would certainly be appreciated on this. Colwyn says, this all sounds like stuff he made up. I don't know who this Colwyn guy is. Sounds kind of like an asshole. I said, wow. Let's just skip over it. That's me. Wow. Because, man, wow, that's a lot of shit. Retrobro said, did this guy at like 7 minutes really just casually drop the bomb that Intellivision Entertainment sold all their IPs, not just Astro Smash and Shark Shark, to BBG? Mike says, yep, but that was announced a while back. Intellivision Entertainment sold the IPs as well as their new versions of the games for other platforms, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, fire sale mode. Retrobro says, the only thing that was made public was the sale of the IPs of Astro Smash, Shark Shark, not the other stuff. Uncle Fester says, to be clear, I don't know if the license is exclusive or non-exclusive. However, BBG has rights to use the original Intellivision games, rights to use the source code, etc. They're using these rights to make a flashback type console. So this console is not pie in the sky. BBG can do it legally. Bro says, thank you for clarification. C. Chrysler says, and why did we hear it from this channel, not Phil or Tommy? That is what really tells you about the state of their company. Colwyn says, it was absolutely not announced a while back. You Super J's popping in over there. One controller for all these systems, FPGA and not emulation. I already have these systems plus many others running on my Wii. Why would anyone buy this Frankenstein system? Meet the new Intellivision, same as the old. Well, not everybody runs illegal emulators. You Super J. Oh, does that guy really another thing? This guy ruined, man. Justy Views, you can't because the incredible shield turned geek and gamer stuttering carrying of screw attack calls his fans the G's. Damn. Ruined it. Mike says, this would be like the analog or Phoenix systems. FPGA, so hardware emulation, not software emulation. Really, it's no different than the Mega SG from analog with its adapters for Master System and Game Gear. And it would have DB9 controller ports so you can use any controller you like. Not for everyone, but FPGA systems have a pretty big following. Pierre Garou, very interesting infos. I didn't know about the analog. I wish the Intellivision 3 will be the same quality. Do you know approximately how many CollectorVision Phoenix have been sold? It says, I have no idea, but they sold out pretty quick and are now commanding astronomical prices. Uncle Fester says, Atari 9-pin type ports can accept controllers from Atari, ColecoVision, and Intellivision. The idea would be to have the SNES ports also have SNES ports. Why would you want this? To play cartridges for each of the systems on HDMI TVs. Also, it will be an Intellivision 3 console. You Super J pops back in, says, anyone who had an old Intellivision Atari Coleco games has an old console already. Again, who is this for? A bunch of families who want to hang out, who want to bang out 40-year-old games? I have kids from 8 to 14. None of them want to play old stuff. Trust me. Anyone who thinks families will use this sorely mistaken. All that leaves is 40 and 50-year-olds, not exactly the prime market products. Pierre says, when will this come out? I will buy it. Pierre, are you the Francois of the Intellivision 3? I vote Pierre as the Francois of the new Intellivision. Genuinely curious, what is the upper limit of what you would be willing to spend on a product like this? Pierre says 200 to 350 price range. The analog systems are selling for around 200 to 250. CollectorVision Phoenix was selling for $349, and you can play ColecoVision regular game and the Super Game Module ColecoVision plus the Atari 2600. For my viewpoint, they can exceed the $399 price. This console will also emulate the Intellivision 3 specs. The clientele is for gamers who like retro games like me and you? Question mark. Jeffrey says, I don't think this is for the fans anymore. It's for the fans now. So I think a fundamental change in target audience from the Amico days. So admittedly a much smaller demographic, but at the same time, it's one that will probably actually buy. Just look at analog as someone else in the comments noted. Those seemingly sell great. And what do those go for? A couple $100. Pierre says niche only. CollectorVision sold around approximately 1,000 Phoenix console. So we pirates out? Nah, we ain't pirates. We ain't pirates. Nah. Who down with the BBG? Yeah, you know me. I'm down with BBG. Ah, man. Where's the Retro Bro? Retro Bro said he was going to pop in on this. He's hiding. He doesn't want to come out of hiding. Let me see. Man, what's going on here? I got all kind of fucking DMs. Damn people, leave me alone when I am in the middle of gloating. Anyway, back to Sweet and Tender Hooligan with another comment. It's like the third comment from Sweet and Tender. He's all over here, gaming racist. Don't worry, I'm sure there'll be no negative stigma or drama that follows this console because of what Tommy Talerico and his fans did to the Intellivision brand. Mike says, no kidding, lots of baggage there. Frankly, this is what I had hoped that Amico would be when they first teased it. And then, yeah. Thankfully, this isn't anything that folks haven't done for other systems before, and it sounds like they're realistic with the goal. So the hill to climb isn't bad. Fingers crossed. Cyrus says, I think if someone were to try to justify attacking this based on other things, that would be very disappointing. It will definitely happen, though. I don't know about that. I really do wish the best of luck and can't wait to see how things unfold. Dusty Views already shilling, even before this podcast. He was pretending like he wasn't a shill, but there he is saying, go team Intellivision 3. Busted in 4K. Dusty Views. Can't wait for Turbo Joe's take on Intellivision 3. Expose me again, Tony, for being soft. Got caught in 4K. Mike Garcia says, laughing, crying face? No, none at all. Poor DJC. He will be excited and heartbroken. BBG forever, says Sweet and Tender. CC says it would be funny if another new Intellivision system did come out before the Amico, though. The One Hat Man says, I'd love to see this happen. Would go a long way towards helping the community move on from the Amico situation. Absolutely, says Mike. Good luck, Sweet and Tender Hooligan. And Colwyn says, why? Nobody wants these terrible games. Colwyn is such a gaming racist. This is excellent news. I can't wait to see it and get one when it's completed. Nice shirt, says Retro Bliss Gaming. It would be a must buy for me too, says Mike. Pierre says, for me too. That's 3. They sold 3. Luke's Awakening. Great interview. Wow. Great news. Mike says, hopefully things stay on track. I've been wanting something like this for years. Luke says, I have so many questions. I follow Amico since day one, so this is an interesting new bit of information. And what a twist. Pierre says, I will watch it, Mike. Can't wait to see that video. Mike says, like our shirts. No one likes your shirts. I have some great shirts, says Intellivision Gramer. Great interview, and thanks for the shirt plug, says Anjanette Kunst. So there you go. There's the video. There's the comments. We had 87 of them. I wonder if anybody has put a new comment since we've been reading. Yeah, actually, there's been quite a few. Look at you guys. You guys are all up in there. Hammock Man says, I will shill for BBG with all the power of my hammock. Hit me up. Hell yeah. Ludo says, wishing you guys best of luck, no matter what Sweet and Tender says. You guys. Something else. I believe I can buy still enough to touch the sky. Dream about Amico every day. Buying Intellivision 3 'cause it's on the way. I believe I can soar. Hello. What have I missed? You missed everything, Beefy. You missed an hour and 44 minutes of the gloating of the burial of the Intellivision Amico. Heck yeah, Hammock Man shilling buddies. But will this be for fucking families? I think it'll be for regular families, not necessarily for families that fuck. Amused One says a new song. I believe I can shill. Thank God shilling on Maine. Jan, I agree with you. Why is Cyrus asking so many questions now? Why was he so quiet when Tommy Talerico was around doing interviews? It's a good question. I bought the Retron 77 that plays Atari in HD. If the price is decent, I will totally buy this. Man, you guys are already shilling. Where were you when Tommy was asking for some shills? I feel special. Tony read my stuff. I read everything. Read it all. Papa Pete and I are getting Intellivision 3 on day one. I'm getting an Intellivision 3 tattoo. Get me my Intellivision 3 tattoo. Me and the guy from Best Buy Canada blog getting matching Intellivision 3 tattoos. It will be for old guys who don't want to move beyond one of, if not the worst controllers ever. Actually, they said you could use multiple controllers, Beefy. He wants to have a SNES controller port. So, you know. Where's Jasio when you need him? We need a new song. We need lots of things. Tommy, you got to work on an Intellivision 3 album now. Forget the Amico album. Drop the Amico album. Television 3 album. That's what we need. That's what the fans want to see. But of course, we got to get some other reactions because the news was not just on YouTube, right? And the news went out all over the place. So let's take a look at what Atari Age has to say. This was from Bill Logidis. He says, this was posted a few hours ago. I first saw it on the Reddit thread. It seems to imply that now BBG now owns all the remaining rights to the Intellivision catalog and will be coming out with some type of FPGA-based system. 3 laughings, 2 confused, and 1 sad face. Beefy put the minions laughing gif. Steve the Coleco Dude says, now, Intellivision catalog sold off to mobile developers. Then, I post Tommy Talerico saying, here are a few of the top products our core team at Intellivision have worked on. The legacy and future is in good hands. To the doubters, any questions? He also put, Tommy says, hi, everyone. For years, I've been coming to Atari Age forums as a lurker. This is Tommy's very first post, mostly in this section, Intellivision. Has been my passion and favorite system for almost 40 years. The people who know me personally, who have met me at conventions over my 30-year video game career, know my passion for Intellivision. If you are a lifelong Intellivision fan like myself, please know that the brand is in good hands. Tommy Talerico is like Allstate. Intellivision is in good hands. Oof. Because now Intellivision is in someone else's hands. Beefy says FPGA and Intellivision cores already exist. Yeah, but they're building these from the ground up, Beefy. Mr. Beefy, no one needs 5 more years of this. Yes, we do. I need 5 more years. Justy Views needs 5 more years. We all need 5 more years. We're all shilling. All the haters. The Amico no access is now the Intellivision 3 super fans. We are now the Intellivision 3 shill squad. We'll work on a name. We'll come up with a better name. But either way, we're Intellivision 3 shills now. I'm happier this is taking longer than high school did. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe when Gen X Gamer's kid is like 10, he'll be able to play one of these Intellivision systems. Uncle Fester lacks passion because he ain't Italian. This is the next chapter. I'm telling you, this is the cliffhanger for the end of season 1 of the Amico King. Like, you know, Tommy's just hanging out, and all of a sudden he's like, you sold the Intellivision name? And Tommy's like, what? Next season on the Amico King, BBG Entertainment fumbles its way to an FPGA console while Tommy Talerico wanders the Atlantic playing backgammon. DJC still holding out hope for an Amico. Testing system every day. This should have died 5 years ago. Yes, they announced and then realized they were too dumb to do it and quit. Wait, does anybody know how tall Uncle Fester is? Just no one knows. No one knows. He was sitting down the whole time. I have no idea how tall he is. Sean says, it'll be very amusing to see a different Intellivision console released that isn't the Amico, nor by the current Intellivision namesake owners. Matt B says, I have my doubts. It's not like these people occupy the same reality as the rest of us. Still, if there's to be an FPGA in television, I'd reckon that analog should be the ones to do the engineering for it. Razzie P, if it's a success in any way, Tommy will be like, quote, I made that happen. Jersey Style, he says, but wait, Mr. Me will tell us why this was always the plan, and Creamhoven hasn't blamed us yet. This can't be the end. With his Tony Schiavone, what the fuck, Gif? Here he is, Mr. Me, as if called on cue. William's been talking about an FPGA in television for a while. We don't know what BBG Entertainment thinks about it, let alone putting money into it. And there's already is an FPGA in television in the Mr. FPGA. The Amico would have been a console by a company named Intellivision, but it wouldn't have been an Intellivision console as being discussed here. It didn't need an Intellivision IP. No idea what the fuck that means. Mr. Me. Always. Sega Snatcher says, when will people learn to stop announcing stuff so early? It's like this guy didn't learn a damn thing after watching the Amico train wreck for the last 5 years. Already off to a bad start, I swear. It's like the Intellivision brand is cursed at this point. It's cursed. I mean, he didn't really announce it. He's just kind of talking about it, right? Like, it's not a formal announcement. Tommy says 5'3". They're all 5'3", Dink. Uncle Fester is 1.5 Tommy Talerico's. Please, guys, when Uncle Fester randomly shows up to Uncle Fester's home while being on vacation, please, let's be nice. To our man is home. Intellivision Entertainment. Well, they certainly did provide some entertainment. Glasses on. I am loving this. I am all for this. Television 3 is for me. Reb says, early or not, I will watch and see if it materializes. I will be, quote, on board up to the point of a pre-order or crowdfunding. Never again. Yes, I knew it. Jersey Styles excited to see Mr. Me replying. Sega says, I'm already getting huge Mike Kennedy vibes from this guy. Just waiting for him to announce his highly skilled lead designer who posts a video of them awkwardly trying to demonstrate their, quote, expertise in hardware design. Man, everybody's the gaming racist everywhere. Atari Age filled with gaming racists. All right, Mitty, take it easy. It wasn't an E3 presentation. Levels of bad, so that's a start. That's what I'm saying. Let's take a look over at the Reddit. What did the Reddit have to say about the Intellivision Amico? All right. They posted, this guy says Amico is canned. The end is near. DJF 1107. I don't want to buy the best. I want to buy old. All right, here we go. Tommy Poopy Pants says at the 7-minute mark, he casually states that BBG has obtained the rights to all the old Intellivision IP. Why hasn't Phil Adam or LOL, Tommy Talerico said anything about this? Well, it's easy. If they said anything about this, then people would ask them where the money is and they would want their refunds. Phil Adam wants to keep all that quiet. Come on now. Think, McFly. Gatoroo also says that BBG owns all Intellivision games and the Intellivision name and right to make a new console. I am skeptical, but interested to hear more. You had my interest. Now you have my attention. Jacques Cartier says, best thing that can have happened to the IP, or at least significantly better than remaining in the hands of Television Entertainment. D-list celebrity wants to put the entire transcript. I don't need to. That's a lot of shit. We don't need to read all that. Come on. Thunder Exception says, what I imagine meeting with some investors would look like. Investors. So, what have you guys achieved with all the money we invested into you? Amico, we sold some of the original IPs. Investor. Did you really have to ask us for money to do that? Amico, yeah. Investor, can we at least have some of the money you got for the IPs then? Amico, no. Smash JT, where's your video? Crying about how you're not getting any of your money. Phil Adam has screwed you over. once again, he sold all of this. Come on. I'm surprised. I am shocked that the only video I've seen on this so far was from Gen X Gamer. I was sure, I was positive that we were going to get like a fucking Smash JT yelling at the screen, or a Papa Pete just jizzing everywhere. Nothing. All we got was me, the Amico guy, and you, all the lovely fans. And of course, Ozzy put out 2 videos. He put out 2. They just put out a new one. Says 1 hour ago. And while we were here sitting discussing this, Ozzy's out there pumping out more videos. Will you be the first one to buy the Intellivision 3 shell? I will buy a shell. If they offered a signed Intellivision 3 shell, I am there for it. I'm buying it at auction. You're going to be mad when you find out Uncle Fester was a New York Yankees Hall of Famer. Why did Tommy get so high on the family kick? When he was on G4, he was the epitome of early 2000s gamer dude bro who made fun of Zelda Wind Waker for being too cartoony. Tommy got on the family kick when he needed to try to make it seem like his console had a bigger market than there was, right? Admitting that it was a small niche product that only a few thousand people wanted to buy was not a win, right? Tommy would have looked bad because people had said that. We had made fun of him. We said, hey, this is a console that only a couple thousand people want to buy. And Tommy's like, no, everybody's going to want to buy this. It's fucking great. It's the greatest system ever. So Tommy was pushing this whole narrative of families because he wanted to prove that it was a bigger market. The guys have 650 years of experience. More equals better. It does. Intellivision Revolution, what's up? He says beefy. And Beefy says, beefy here. He says hi. Man, you guys have the greatest conversations in the chat. I am so glad that I highlighted these comments. The riveting conversation. Kokomon says, I would laugh really hard if a different Intellivision console came out before the Amico. Jack Cartier says, they may never have a funeral, but Amico is dead. Now, we'll have a funeral for them. Don't worry. We're prepared. Background Pen says, they want to release a premium FPGA console like the analog devices, but don't have any FPGA programmers. And the company tasked with doing all this is a German software company consisting of less than a dozen employees. Yeah, there's definitely an element of, quote, wouldn't that be something? End quote. Wishing going on here. Still, the idea that the Intellivision has sold itself off for scraps to BBG Entertainment isn't new. C. Chrysler says, this can only mean one thing. It's the return of Mike Kennedy and the mysterious Mr. Lee. Freak Reddit report says they have close ties to Hans and Holoride as well. There's a lot of the same thinking, and they are German, so they can get German government money. That's the goal. And we are already just attacking this guy's dream. Uncle Fester has done nothing. He's done nothing but be nice. Harvey Weinstein says, love y'all. You're still covering Amico. Nick Richards' interview is Hall of Fame worthy. Thank you, Mr. Weinstein. I'm surprised they let you tweet and get on the YouTube from where you're at, but I appreciate the support, even if it comes from weirdos like Harvey Weinstein. Can't pick who your fans are, right? Victor says they can't keep going to the same well that is the German/Bavarian government and expect to get more grant money, especially when they don't keep up their end of the bargain. Well, it would be a different company going to the well. So, I mean, they could theoretically go to the Bavarian government, and the Bavarian government only expects them to hire people, right? They don't actually care if anything gets made. The whole point of the grants is to have people in Germany work in the game industry. And as long as they were hiring German people to work on games and paying them with the grant money, that's exactly what the German government expects. Big Fetus. I don't understand to this day why someone doesn't make a version of the controller with a keypad and a D-pad, or maybe even a joystick that is a USB, and then just sell sets of overlays on demand for any game or with any homebrew or new games that can be played on a Raspberry Pi or something through emulation, or just as a whole standalone game. Man, fucking, that's one ginormous sentence. If anyone wanted to make one. Little microcomputers are so common now and better than 2015 Android boxes IE was trying to charge $300 for. There hasn't been a need for a console for this shit since Intellivision Live CD-ROMs came out 20 plus years ago, but you need the keypad and overlays to play C-Battle or something intense like that. Why don't you just do it, Big Fetus? I love how everyone's like, why don't they just do X, Y, or Z? And I'm like, well, just do it then. If you think that's what should be done and it can make money, then do it, right? Come on. It's been canned like tuna since it released, says Death to Smoochie. Death to Smoochie is a great movie, by the way. If you haven't seen Death to Smoochie, go watch it. It's fan-fucking-tastic. Gentles said the Raven. Yeah, big bald dude looks trustworthy enough. But on closer examination, dun dun dun, he's got a big-ass Tommy Talerico for mayor back tattoo. I thought he was going to say it's a Tommy Talerico mask. It's like one of those fancy, like Mission Impossible face masks, and Tommy just pulls off the Uncle Fester head. Pro Striker says, after how Tommy and the Scamicos ruined the Intellivision brand with the whole Amico saga, I don't know if using the Intellivision name is a good idea. Also, announcing this very early without any official teaser doesn't give good vibes. Good luck, I guess. Ah, man. Gaming racist just everywhere. Why can't anybody be excited? Excited. Whoa, I'm that Rev nerd. I'm famous now. Oh, what's up, Rev? Let me see here. Hold on. Television Revolution. I like your Intellivision 2 setup. Whoa, Dusty. Don't be hitting on any of the other commenters. We know how you try to operate. Harvey Weinstein says, do you think Tommy and Billy Mitchell, lying speedrunner gamer, are friends? They are. They are, in fact. They are. Little did people know, Tommy Talerico earned a lifetime achievement award from a gaming, how was it called? It's like a gaming Hall of Fame, something or another. It wasn't the official gaming Hall of Fame. It was like the Twin Galaxies people. Basically, Billy Mitchell and the guy from Twin Galaxies gave Tommy a Gamer of the Year Achievement Award or some shit. So yeah, they've crossed paths. They've definitely crossed paths. It says, I give the new console a chance until I have to pre-order or crowdfund. That's fair, right? I mean, they haven't asked for any money. They haven't done anything. It's literally just like some guy going, hey, this is what we're working on. And you know, here's the specs. Here's what we did so far. Have you ever seen the Rock Solid interview with Tommy? I have. It's not good. Walter Day. Thank you, Hammock Man. Walter Day and Billy Mitchell, their organization gave Tommy an award not too long ago. I think it was like 2 years ago. Yeah, Arioka coming in late. The other guy was Walter Day. Yes. Have you seen the Rock Solid interview? It's hilarious. Maybe you can comment on it on a slow night. We'll definitely. Me and the Sweet and Tender. If I can convince Sweet and Tender to watch it with me, it's always better to do that with a friend or with Sweet and Tender if you don't have any friends available. DE Dead says, go to home jail. Well, gentlemen, that's it. I thought Retro Bro was going to pop in, but apparently he didn't. He changed his mind. No one else was brave enough. I literally pinned the link. Said, hey, guy, you want to come in, talk some Amico. No one wanted to do it. No one was brave enough. 2 hours. It was a good stream. I enjoyed it. We got 2 new members. Thank you again, guys, for joining. Let me scroll up so I can get the names because I don't remember shit. Who were our new members? Damn it. Oh, it started. Amused One and Brandon Carl. Once again, thank you Thank you for becoming members. And remember, anyone else wants to become a member, it's 99 cents. Become a tadpole. Support the channel. It helps grow, helps keep us focused. We have merchandise always. Feel free if you want to buy a mug or a mouse pad or something. T-shirt. T-shirts are shitty on purpose. So my feet are killing me. You got an Amico I can use? I just got a shell. Hammock Man says great stuff, dude. And yes, Intellivision Revolution, that is the real Hammock guy. I do have to read the small chat. It's like a compulsion, right? You guys put stuff in the comments, and I have to read it. I have to. It's like, I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that just ignores the chat and just like does their own thing. Like if I just wanted to do my own thing, I would just do a video, right? I would have just did a video of me talking. You guys can just listen to it at your leisure. If I'm doing a live stream, it's because I want to interact with you, 42 sexy beast watching, right? So yeah. Harvey Weinstein, you're already in horny jail? He is. Does Nick Richards still work in television? I think he does, but according to No Swear Gamer, who's in the house, he says, does anyone really work in television anymore? Did they ever work in television to begin with? No Swear Gamer, right? What's up? Popping in as I'm just about to take off. Man. Unless there's any other Amico news going on, because I got none. Nothing else going on. I mean, we could watch Ozzy's video if you want. You know what? Maybe we should do that. The disrespect. Why didn't you tell us? It's a 14-minute video, which means that's like an hour of content, right? I feel good. Did you talk about Saggy Bellins leaving the internet? She didn't leave the internet. She's still on Twitter and stuff. She just stopped making YouTube videos. DJC Uyamiko Intellivision 3 song coming soon. No, it's not. You're a liar. You know what? Let's Ozzy just put this out. Let's see what he has to say. Why didn't you tell us in television the disrespect? Why are you disrespecting me? Disrespecting the family. So we'll watch this and then I'll take off. So I apologize. I apologize for making you think that I was leaving you. I apologize for making you assume that I'm like most of your dads and I was going out for milk and never coming back. Because I'm here and we're going to watch this video together like a family. Sit down, children. Shut up. Let's watch some videos.
Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of the Cartridge and Disc Podcast. This is your Gen X Gamer here. And let me tell you, a lot of Intellivision Amico fans right now feel like when you find out that your girlfriend's been cheating.
Is that true? I don't think so. I feel great. I feel maybe he said fans, right? I'm not fans. It was a false finish, Dank. Yeah, it's like when you pretend when you're with your girl and it's been like 45 minutes and you're like, I'm done, baby, and it's not really because you just wanted to get off you. It was kind of like that. Uncle Fester is a close personal friend of mine. He wouldn't lie to me. I didn't like that. I'm leaving the internet forever because of some person that might or might not be you. So yeah, maybe I haven't seen any Amico fans react to this news. So I'm not really sure where Ozzy Gen X is getting this, right? Because like I said, really just been us reacting and a couple other people on the forum and the Reddit.
Oh my God. Let me tell you, the first thing that came to mind, I gave you some first thoughts earlier today on my break, but really the first thing that came to my mind when I was listening to this and trying to process it was disrespect. That's right, disrespect to the fans of the Intellivision Amico, to the people that ordered products, ordered merch, ordered physical products.
Gen X is saying disrespect. The fans have been disrespect. Come on. We are 5 years into this project. The fans, if there are fans of Intellivision Amico, they are battered wives. Right? They've suffered black eyes that they've pretended like they've walked into doors so many times that it's ridiculous. Right? You can only try to save a battered woman so many times before you just say, fuck it. I hope he hits you harder. Right? And that's what the Intellivision Amico fans are, right? We've tried for the last 5 years to save them. Say you are in an abusive relationship. You need to get out. You need to get free. We're here to give you help. And they've said, no, you're wrong. He loves us. Tommy loves us. So I hope Intellivision hits you harder, right? I hope it just fucking clocks you right in the head with news in Minecraft.
Hey, do you think they're going to work on these new consoles? No! No, they will not work because it's a different company and they sold the rights. Now, it would be nice if they gave us something, but they probably won't.
Oh, they're not obligated to give you anything. They're not giving you. There's nothing to give you. You're not getting shit. That's why Phil Adam hasn't announced, because then you guys are going to be like, "Where's my money? Where's my refunds?" I'm sure this deal has been signed, inked, and went through long ago. Like I said, if you missed it earlier, but the Astro Smash and the Shark trademarks were changed in February, which means that they were paid already. And I'm sure that the rest of these games and everything have been paid for months. Intellivision has been keeping it quiet so they can spend the money before you guys realize they have it. Dad went out for an Amico and never came back. That's because he couldn't find it. He went to the store. He's still inside GameStop walking around trying to figure out where the Amico is. And because he's a man, he doesn't ask for help. So he's just walking in circles trying to find where the Amico is. We'll find your dad. He's there. Tommy's MP3s supersede common sense. Exactly. It's like $300 worth of music. Anyone who brought the physical products deserved to lose money. There were way too many red flags at that point. I bought them, but I bought them because I'm an asshole, and I was, I do this. I do what I do on the internet. I knew what I was getting, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to play the games. But it was to prove a point, right?
But they should do something, right? I mean, at least these people are familiar with physical media, actual physical media, and that's what they're shooting for. So if you're an Intellivision fan of the real Intellivision, right, not this latest abomination that was created, you're a happy person. But let me tell you, with all the happiness I could have felt, I mean, really the word that just kept popping into my head was disrespect.
Again, I'm happy as shit. I'm happy as a pig in fucking mud. I am so happy. Go back to the beginning of the show. You'll be like, oh my God, Tony's bouncing off the fucking walls. Did Atari Creep ever do a video on his console? He did. He did an unboxing. And that was it. And it had all kind of phony tags on it. It was probably like the worst decision he ever made. Tony had the smarts to invest in physical products, shell and box. Smash JT got zero from his $10,000 investment. Well, there you're wrong, 56K. Smash got a ride in a Ferrari. I never got a ride in a Ferrari. So, was it worth $10,000? Debatable.
Because they disrespected everybody by letting this get out before they got out in front of it. Let me tell you guys, this is...
Has Intellivision ever got out in front of anything? Intellivision, since the beginning, the only announcement that Intellivision has ever got out before anyone else was the announcement of the console because no one knew it was coming out, right? After that, we were there every time they were delayed, every time that they were going to make an announcement, every time a game was supposedly secured or not secured. Every single time Tommy thought he had something, we were there. We were there. Myself, Goose, the hell's his name? He's no longer with us. He's no longer with the company, but damn it. He was the guy from the beginning. I can't remember it. But there was other people. There was other people that were definitely out there putting in the work. Always. Like never. Like I said, never. There was never a time when something didn't get out before them, right? Guys, I'm bringing back ColecoVision semifinal. Oh, I'm down for that. I like Intellivision. William Molo made it sound like he was given the green light to talk. I guess BBG got tired of Phil waiting, maybe. Probably. Well, they probably figured he's going to be on a little channel. I'm sure BBG, again, a lot of these people don't really understand the internet, right? They don't understand YouTube, so I'm pretty sure they're like, he's like going to go on his little tidy podcast. No one's going to notice, right? No one's going to talk about it. But us, we're always here. Always here. Sneaky V, thank you, Ludo. That's who it was. Sneaky V. He was there early, then he just kind of disappeared. I think they threatened Sneaky V. What piece of shit vaporware should I create in order to become internet famous? The Dick Smith Wizard 2. Try working on that.
Part of the Intellivision.
And his name, No Swear Gamer, is not William Moeller, okay? It's Uncle William Fester. Damn it. Out here trying to lie. We know that's Uncle Fester.
Brand now. Not taking accountability.
Not taking accountability. Gen X, have you been following the same console I have? They've never taken accountability. Has Tommy ever taken accountability? Has Phil Adam, John Alvarado, a single person at Intellivision Entertainment, has they ever taken accountability for any of the multiple fuck-ups that they've done? No, never. So why would you expect them to take accountability now, right? This is not just this isn't a girlfriend that cheated on you. This is a girlfriend that's cheated on you several times. Has kids in every different ethnicity except yours, and you're like, why is she not telling me that she spilled milk on the floor? Like, bitch, you got bigger problems than that.
You can start from the bottom. John Alvarado, not accountable for, 4+ years of failure. Phil
Jay Cut says, is this live or a replay from 2 years ago? It seems like it. Seems like a replay. But no, this is live. Live! Once again. Dick Smith Wizard, the best thing to come out of Australia since Yahoo Series. Yahoo Series, what was that? Young Einstein? I think that's the one where he turns invisible because bird pooped inside the formula. That movie's fucking... I like that movie. They threw him in the hater dungeon and threw away the key. Those kids don't get the Latino discount. They don't.
Adam, not accountable because it's Tommy's fault. Tommy, not accountable because he's not even here. They pushed him out. Let me tell you guys, this is my hypothesis, and it's not one that's very popular, but given the data that I have.
Uh-oh. We're getting a hypothesis.
I believe that Tommy Talerico was forced out of the company.
How is that not a very... We've all said that. This wasn't a very revolutionary hypothesis. You say it's not a very popular one. I think it is the popular opinion. Gen X needs to stop whining and get up to speed. I'm saying, like, Gen X, have you not been following this? Did you fall off? Because that's pretty much the popular theory. The not popular theory is the Amico shills are like, no, Tommy didn't get forced out. The popular theory among everybody else with common sense is, yes, Tommy got forced out. Well, GG, guys, we won the war. Yeah. Easy, right? GGEZ, no RE. Hell yeah, young Einstein. See, I knew it. Fucking Dank, you got great fucking movie. Yeah, Gen X moves to the PI with Janon. Gen X about to hit 88 miles and is stuck in the garden. Or make it time to reinvest. Come on now. Come on.
And they basically took the money away from him.
You can't take the money away from Tommy. I mean, you could take the control. You could take the decision making away from Tommy. You can't take the money. The money was never in Tommy's hands. It was never Tommy's money. It was Intellivision Entertainment's money. Nick Richards was the one who controlled the money. He was the chief financial officer. He was the one controlling the purse strings.
And paid themselves back. At that point, he didn't have a choice, and that's why you haven't seen them even utter any words. Regardless, this is just what happens with these companies. Look, it's the same cycle with every company. I don't care.
I don't think it's the same cycle with every company. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I might be wrong. I'm open to the possibility that I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure successful companies, they don't operate the way that Intellivision does, right? Pretty sure. Pretty sure. That most companies are not cycling the way Intellivision did. Hero Journalism says, wow, Dick Smith Wizard 2, deep cut. The Frog won the Royal Rumble. He outlasted them all. That's right. I was one of the first in, and I threw 29 men over the top rope. And we all laughed and laughed and laughed.
You're talking about the Polymega. I don't care if you're talking about Arcade 1-Up. I don't care if you're talking about Intellivision Amico. Once they have the money, they don't need you anymore. They don't. Once Arcade 1-Up got into the big box stores, you're done. They don't care what you think. They don't care. You don't like the monitors? Who cares? They needed your marketing to get on the algorithm of Google. They needed you to boost the signal. Polymega, hopefully Atari will fix it, but once they got those sweet pre-orders, you're done. But I'm hopeful that Atari might do something, right? I think it's a good idea in general. And Intellivision is probably the worst offender of them all. The worst, by far. The communication has been atrocious, and you know why? Because it's all bad news. It's all bad news.
It's not bad. It's good news to me. All of this is good news. Fantastic fucking news. Because once again, Tony was correct. And I love being correct. I love being right. I love being proven that I know what I'm talking about. I love it. When companies go out there and do stupid things, and I get to point at them and laugh and say, you are fucking pants on your head retarded. And Tommy Talerico gets to shit himself, cry at night, thinking about all the times that Tony outdid him. You know, Tommy Talerico, famous world's most prolific video game composer, did tours around the world. VGL sells out every single show, makes all that money, all that cheddar, all that cheese. Tommy Talerico, the most important guy on the planet, has to live with the fact that he was outsmarted by me, by the idiot frog on the internet. The idiot frog on the internet knew more about the video game industry, about the winds of change, about what was going on and what was going to happen with his own company. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being such a chuckle fuck that someone else, someone outside the company, someone who does not have access to all the information you have access to, yet somehow is able to accurately predict all your moves, know what's going on, and tell you why you're a fucking moron before you're allowed to do anything? That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hit the ego. Man, that Just feels too good. You should play out the show with Sneaky V's Tommy Talerico's crazy. You got to remind me, Ludo, when we get there. But Tommy still wins because he didn't like your vibe, Tony. Vibe check. Tony didn't pass his vibe check.
It's been bad news ever since Tommy left without us finding.
It was bad news when Tommy was there. I don't know what you mean ever since Tommy left. It was bad news from the beginning. From Jump Street, we had bad news. Why are we rewriting history? Stop rewriting history. Bad news everywhere. Everywhere.
Finding out. It's all been downhill from there. At least when Tommy was around, with the arguing and stuff, at least you get some entertainment. But now, not even that.
I'm getting plenty of entertainment. These people in the chat are getting plenty of 37 people now. We had 42 at one point. Plenty of people are getting entertainment. Ozzy, come on. Just because Tommy's gone doesn't mean there's no entertainment. I mean, when we're out there, me and Amico and Dank and Sweet and Tender talking about these old rap videos, there's still entertainment to be had. That cow is not empty, baby. We could still milk. Looking forward to Tony's Intellivision 3 Let's Plays. Hell yeah. Me and Uncle Fester will be fucking playing Intellivision 3. Tommy Talerico, I've got bad news. Gonna start a business. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, it all started when I decided to buy Intellivision.
This whole thing feels so dirty and scummy, and having to learn from third parties of what they've done is so disrespectful to everybody.
Not disrespectful to me. I love it. I love when someone else breaks the news that Intellivision couldn't. I love when Intellivision is caught with their pants down. How could you not love it? How could you have been following this for so long and you do not get joy knowing that Intellivision has been caught once again, red-handed, in the cookie jar, chocolate all over their mouth, and you're like, hey, didn't I tell you can't have any cookies before dinner? They can't lie their way out of this. How do you not like this, Ozzy? How are you saying that this is disrespectful? I think that this is fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. Gen X got caught holding the NFT bags? Possibly. Is Gen X salty because he realized he made a poor choice in buying games? Like, this has been the norm for years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is this like? All of a sudden, like, oh my God, I can't believe this, guys. Can you believe that we're being so disrespectful to us by not letting us know things? Like, dude, like, this has been fucking since Jump, right? Yeah, Beefy's promoted. I promoted their Fig campaign before Tommy did. I posted that they were going to delay their console before they did. Remember, we're like they were going to do their event, and then that German outlet had accidentally released the information that they were delaying the console, and then I found it and was able to get the archive, and I made a whole video on it. And I was like, hey, they're delaying their console. Here's the information, blah, 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 blah. And all the shills were like, no, we're not. No, they're not. You're lying. You don't know anything. Tommy said we're not delaying it. And then the next day, Tommy had to come out and on the fucking video and be like, yeah, we're delaying the console. I remember that. This has been going on for years. Why is Ozzy acting like this isn't normal? This isn't fun. This is what we do. Finding shit out before Tommy can announce it. That's what we do here. Man. It's like I don't even know you anymore, Oz.
Especially the people that supported him. I mean, I'm doing it for entertainment. Yeah.
Fuck those guys. Those guys are assholes that supported Tommy and them. I'm tired of acting like they're not. I'm tired of pretending like DJC and them were all fucking nice guys. They've been out here for 5 fucking years talking shit to the rest of us, telling us that we're assholes, telling us that we're idiots, that we don't know what the fuck we're talking about, that Tommy Talerico never loses. I'm betting on Tommy Talerico because he's never lost in his career. You better invest in the Amico because this shit's going fast. Better buy some fucking box games because they're going to sell out. I remember all that fucking shit. I remember all their shilling, all of it. They've never apologized. They've never admitted to being wrong. And they never said, hey, you know what? We probably shouldn't have been assholes to those guys who knew the fuck what they were talking about for 5 fucking years. Right? No, instead they throw insults to us. They fucking ban us. They ban people who like us. And they act like they weren't wrong. They hide and lie. But yeah, those guys are good. Those are the nice guys, Ozzy. We should look out for those guys. We should make sure that the DJCs and the Mike Mullises, they don't get their fifis hurt. Fuck all that shit. Tommy got 17 million and chose to fight with Tony, and then lost. Remember that's the important part, right? $17 million. All he had to do to win was use the money to build a console, and he couldn't do that. They aren't nice. They listen to Tommy's lies about all of us and treat us like crap. Exactly. Try to dox us. Try to have a suit. I still got a strike on my channel from Intellivision. Tony single-handedly ruined the Amico by using Google Translate on a German article. That's what it was. Again, I don't know. This whole new Gen X is like rewriting history. This video's, I like you, Ozzy. Think you're a nice guy, but this video seems to be so far way off base. DJC and the crew deserve retribution. No more. Don't target those guys. Don't harass those guys. No more. At one point, you pay for your action. No. Don't harass those guys, and don't harass or target those guys. You can call them assholes all you want, right? But don't target or harass them. Okay, take it down a little. I know I get excitable. But bring it down just a little. Pull it back one notch, Baker Mills. You want a little. Quit pausing the video. I said they never took accountability. How about you let it play so you can get context and giving the baby a bet? I've been playing it. You know how I do this. Don't act like I don't do this on everybody's video. OEB was the only one that pivoted and who succeeded. I don't know if he succeeded.
I spend a bunch of money on products. One of their biggest customers. But I did it for the channel and for entertainment because I thought it was the most entertaining thing in the pandemic. It really was. But we're beyond that now. We're beyond that. At some point, people have to take accountability. No accountability whatsoever. Phil Adam, the CEO, should have put out a statement, written at least, since he doesn't like to face the camera anymore, because he's not pumping anything, and say, look, we tried, and it's over.
But again, he would have to tell you people that he made some money, and then people are going to want their refunds. That's why he's not doing it. And again, why would you expect them to take accountability? They haven't done so for the last 5 years.
Basically, in a half-hearted way, that was what the previous letter was saying, but now here it is. Because if you license these products to another company, there's no reason for the Amico. The Amico is already dead because there wasn't any funds to produce it in its current iteration. It's just that simple.
The Amico's been dead. Amico's been dead for the last 5 years. Again, stillborn. Dumpster prime baby is what they said, right? It's been dead. It was never coming out. They've just been milking it and milking Tommy to get as much money from the company as they could.
But the entertainment always comes from this company because they do things this way. I mean, I want to see who the first person is going to be to try to defend this, right? Remember what John Alvarado was saying in the comment section there? He was correcting people on Smash JT's video. Well, correct them again. You want to correct this guy? Can you tell us what's going on? At what point are you going to admit defeat and just say you couldn't cut the mustard? It's okay. Everybody fails. I fail. You can fail too.
I've never failed. I'm just going to put that out there. I have never, ever failed. Ever. Everything that I've tried to do, I've accomplished in my life. I haven't tried a lot. I haven't tried unreasonable things. But I've never, ever failed. Just want to put it out there. Just want people to know that. Jan says, I think the Amico Forever crew are good people. They banned many people and blocked people for asking for refunds when they were the ones who told people to invest in pre-order. I don't think they're good people. I don't. I definitely do not think they're good people at all. This is why investment firms exist. Amico Home is still coming. Get first chance to wait in line. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's coming. It's coming, guys. It's definitely coming. What never lived can't be dead. Yeah. It's almost like Phil is waiting to drain all the money before announcing it's over. Exactly. He wants to drain all the money. He wants to get rid of everything. And then, when there's nothing left, when nothing can be liquidated, then he'll announce that it's over. Tony, you failed at DuckTales 2? No, I didn't. Don't lie. Don't lie. I've never. I don't think I've ever failed at anything in my life. Ever. The only time this is wrong. I've actually failed. I tried to fail at something and I failed at failing. I actually succeeded when I was trying to fail. So I failed at being a failure. So if you want to count that as a fail, then go ahead. Because I tried to be a failure and I failed at that. Because look at me, I am a fucking success. I failed at being a 500-pound tub of lard. Because you guys all thought I was, right? Remember, everyone was like, hey, Tony's like 500 pounds. He's out of shape. And then where there's smoke, there's fire. Because we blazing it. 420. Hit that like button.
I mean, I've never failed to gotten paid $500,000 like you have, but hey, that's like winning the lottery. Lucky you. But the fans that you've interacted with deserve better. The fans that you help inspire, John Alvarado, to not get refunds deserve better. Right? I'm criticizing your work.
Nah, fuck them fans. They don't deserve shit. If it took, again, we told these guys exactly what was happening. We told them what was happening, what was going to happen, that they weren't going to be able to get refunds, and they insisted on not listening. At some point, you got to say, fuck them fans, fuck those people. They wanted to be shitheads. They wanted to be fucking hard-headed. Fuck them. They don't deserve better. They deserve this. This is what they deserve. They're getting exactly what they deserve. They acted like shitheads, and they're getting shithead treatment from the company. This is what they deserve. So no, I don't feel sorry for them. I don't feel like they deserve better. I feel like they're getting exactly what they deserve. What do they say? You reap what you fucking sow. They've sowed shit, and now they're reaping shit. DJC said he's getting a new game to test this week. Yeah. Tony is 500-pound tub of Crisco. No, we don't use Crisco in my family. We use lard. It's pure lard, baby. Still going, sweet. Still going. They don't own any games to send to DJC. Yeah, they're going to send them like the BBG games. Like, hey, here you go. Here's a game. Here's a game you never played before. You played Tic-Tac-Toe? Yeah. Beefy's right. They asked for this. Asked for it for years. Rubicon has been crossed long ago. They need to learn so they can stop happening. Yeah. Phil draining all the money. Are he and TT still on the payroll? Well, Tommy's still president, and Phil Adams still CEO, and he's still going to get a salary. So, Phil is, and a few others. At least that's what he said in the most recent interview. Yeah, there's still people getting salaries. There's still rent to be paid, right? Lawyers that got to collect fees.
And what you did for this company. It is your job, right, to put the company in the best light possible.
It would be his job to put the company in the best light possible if there was a company. right? It's not a real company. It is a Potemkin village. It's not real. They're not making any product. They're not planning on making any product. It's all smoke and fucking mirrors. So they don't care. It doesn't matter if the company looks bad because there's nothing that the company's producing. There's no product for the company.
So go ahead and do that here in this case. Tell us why this is a good idea and why this is good for the Amico and the project that you have yet to bring to fruition. Phil Adam, tell us why this is good.
This is good because it puts money in Phil Adams' pocket.
Now, the most enjoyable part for me is I want to hear from the testers, the agents of the company, right? The ones doing all the hard work.
You might have missed it, but DJC literally said he hasn't been testing because he's had family over. It's not doing any hard work.
Let me tell you this. I don't have any negative feelings to most Amico supporters except for two.
Fuck all them Amico supporters. I have tons of negative feelings. They could all suck my dick.
Right? But I'm talking to them as agents of the companies, and even as agents of the companies and being on the quote-unquote hater side, let me tell you this. Do not return those consoles. Those consoles just became more valuable.
I don't know about that. More valuable, sure. I mean, they had some value to begin with. But how valuable are they, right? This is an unreleased console from a company that never really existed. Known outside by very few people. Who really wants one, right? Realistically, who wants an Amico console? And how much are they willing to spend on it? There's nobody really. It's us. It's the 38 people watching and then like 15 people that are sleeping that are not here right now. Right? It's like 100 people that want one. Right? It'll be worth maybe $1,000 on a good day if you could find somebody willing to pay that, right? And maybe the only person I can really see actually wanting one for some historical value is like Frank Spaldi wants one, to put in the video game history thing, or maybe like a John Hancock, but he's not paying you anything, right? John Hancock's like $5 to send it over. That's about it. Pat and Ian want one just because, just the same reason why I would want one, because, we're haters and we want to show, hey, we got one and look how shitty it was, right? But other than that, I'm really not going to pay any sort of money for this. So I don't think they're that valuable. This isn't like a successful company, right? If this was like a successful, like if this was a Microsoft prototype of an unreleased console, then it'd be worth money. Sony unreleased prototype, Nintendo unreleased prototype. This is an Intellivision Entertainment, not even the original Intellivision, not even Mattel Intellivision, but the Intellivision Entertainment vaporware system. It's a joke. Nobody respects it. It's not worth any money. Sorry. That's my opinion.
They will never compensate you more than with the consoles that you have there. Do not ship them back. If they ask you for them, do not answer their phone calls. You will have a down payment for something, I believe. And believe me, there's going to be people that will trade you a car for one of those.
Maybe a Pinto, like a busted up Pinto for an Intellivision Amico. Again, these are not valuable. They're not sought after. They don't have. Maybe if there was like Earthworm Jim 4, like an actual Earthworm Jim 4 prototype or something on there. But what's on there? No one's like, oh my god, we got to get the fucking Astro Smash ROM and dump it onto the internet. It's worth all kind of money. Everyone wants it. No one wants this shit. We want it because we're all idiots, right? Let's face it. Other than that, no one else wants it.
Intellivision and this particular part of the community has those kind of degenerates. Let me tell you, I know because I am one of them.
It sounds like Gen X is like the only one that's going to buy it. Like, guys, if you got one and you got a prototype and you're trying to look to sell it. Gen X is the guy. He sounds like the guy that's going to buy it. No Swear says, I want one, but not enough to drop $1,000 or my integrity. Exactly. It's not vaporware, it's memeware. I'd rent one. I'd pay DJC's black market test model. Like I'll rent one. Like if I can give like $50 and you could send it to me and then I'll play it for a month and then send it back just to make a couple videos with. Sure, but that's it. Tony, do you know anything about Slopes getting an Amico? I thought I heard him say he was going to play one soon. No, he played some games. He was hoping to play one. He wants to play one, but he has not, as far as I know. He didn't even know about this. I actually asked. I reached out to Slopes after I found out about this. Hey, did you know about this? And he said, I didn't fucking know about this. So even he was caught in the dark.
Let me smack the vein one last time and remember what could have been with the Amico. Yeah, I want to hear their explanations. I can't wait. I can't wait for a panel of people to sit down and tell us why this is a great idea.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm pretty confident they're just going to pretend like this doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see the video. I heard some people saying some stuff, but I didn't watch the video. Phil Adam didn't tell me anything, so I don't think this has nothing to do with Amico, so we're not going to talk about it. I think that's the extent that you're going to get. And maybe Rab will be like, well, I watched the video, and this is a good thing because it's going to get the Amico name and the Intellivision brand out there, guys. And more people are going to play the console, so that when the Amico home launches, people will be familiar with the games and the brand, and they'll want to buy Amico home games. That's probably the extent of it. There you go. I just saved you 2 hours of your life.
It's not a great idea for the Amico. It's a great idea for the Intellivision fans because now the brand is back with fans themselves. Right? They will produce physical media. They're willing to produce an emulation console and an FPGA console. That's great news. That's great news.
I didn't hear anything about producing physical media. He said you could be able to play your old cards, and that was about it. I didn't hear him say anything about producing new physical media. Maybe I missed it in all my ranting.
But that's never going to take away at what's happened here. That's never going to take away on how these companies use you. And this is what you should learn, guys. These people will use you until they get what they want. And usually what they want are only two things. Number one is money.
Yeah, everybody wants money. Slopes has worked with BBG on his Boulder Dash video. He did. No news on Atari Creeps playtesting. None. No Square Gamer says, until Intellivision announces it, we can't comment because, yeah, that'll pretty much be what I'm saying. I haven't heard anything. 56K, I will prove to be better speculative journalist. Cough, cough. I might know a guy that has the official rewind. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's always about the money. Whenever they tell you it's not about the money, it's about the money. And they need exposure. When they're first starting, they need exposure. They need your voice. And now that they're done with you, not one of these people are going to come out to help you. Think of all the channels that have been destroyed.
They haven't come out to help any of these guys. I don't know how many of them. Bacon Ice Cream, Saggy, a couple other have needed help. Retro Bro, right? People have needed help. They've been in financial difficulties over the years. Over the last 5 years, several shills who were actively shilling at the time had financial difficulties in which millionaire friend Tommy Talerico could not be asked to help any of them. Okay? If that did not teach anybody a lesson, I don't know what will.
Think of all the reputations that are just tarnished now. That's why you never give yourself to these companies.
Everyone says like their reputation's tarnished, but realistically, did anybody know any of these people before this? Let's you know, let's be straight shooters on all this. No one knew any of us. None of us. The vast majority of people that have covered Amico and that are still covering Amico, whether it's positively or negatively, no one knew who we were, right? No one knew who Blues Tech was. No one knew Super Jeremy's World or fucking Brian's Man Cave, Tony TGD, or Tommy Amico, or Justy Views, or Gen X Gamer, right? Most of us are unknown, pretty unknown, right? So the reputations that it hurt people that didn't have reputations to begin with. Let's just be fair about it.
And if you are going to do any type of, console pimping, do not do it for a cartridge or a console or anything like that. Have them pay you, because you're going to get
Amuse One says Bacon Ice Cream lost his house and everything. I'm going to take a quick trip, right? We're going to take a quick trip down memory lane because Bacon Ice Cream lost his house. I want to show the level of disrespect, right, that I've received over the years. Let's see. There it is. So we're going to take a look at a video real quick. There's a video here. It is Intellivision Amico fan Retro Rich needs your help. Retro Rich lost everything in his basement. He had a goal of $5,000. Look at that. And that's my channel promoting Retro Rich Haywood. Not a single, look, not a single shill. We got Gary, Astroblast, and UR Concrete. Not a single shill. Said, you know what, man, Tony, which we don't like you, but what you did for Rich was nice. It was nice that you promoted Rich's GoFundMe. You donated money. You were looking out for people in the community. You said, hey, you know what? You're an asshole, but at least you did a nice thing, right? Even Bacon Ice Cream, when I saw him at the Too Many Games, Bacon Ice Cream didn't say, hey, I remember when you did the little, you blasted out the GoFundMe, you let people know that I needed money, that I needed help, I needed a hand. Thank you. You're an asshole, but thank you for that. No, I don't get nothing. Nothing. No credit. Not a single solitary drop of credit. And until now, you guys probably had no idea that I did this. Right? Because I don't go seeking credit. I'm only saying this to say, fuck those guys. Thank you for reminding me, Amuse One. Sad thing, I even donated to the guy. Well, me too. No Square says, I knew Brian's Man Cave and Atari Creep before Amico, but I'm a retro YouTube noob. Yeah, but you're also, you were like, people knew who you were. So, yeah. Give it a rest, man. BBG isn't for you. Keep it to yourself. Oh, come on. Sweet and tender. You're still mad. Don't be mad.
Posted anyway. So you should get paid. You should get a salary, and then you can say, look, it's part of my job. I was working for so-and-so, and that's what I have to do. Everybody understands that. I can't talk bad about my company. And, wherever you work at, you can't talk bad about your company. I'll throw you on your butt.
Fuck my company.
Everybody can sympathize and understand that.
I don't know. My company's a shit. I'm going to be like, my company's shit. You need to fuck my company.
Can't understand it when you're doing it for free. That they can't understand. So if you're going to be out there console hawking and product pimping, you have to know this. This is the worst case scenario. When the company that you represent doesn't respect the fans, and they're the ones, right, and doesn't respect their customers, and they're the ones paying their salaries, and then they're the ones funding their project. If they don't respect them, do you think they're going to respect you that are willing to shill for more views on a video or to get a free game or, you know, whatever console you're trying to promote, whatever game you're trying to promote? No.
They didn't respect the people that gave them $17 million. Why would they respect the fans? Why would they respect the idiots shilling for them?
None of this can be ever repaired. None of the damage that the Amico did can ever be repaired. But the entertainment is going to stay with us forever. The laughs is going to stay with everybody forever. But, you know, there are some good friends of mine that really wanted this project to come out. They believed in the people. They believed in the project.
His good friends believed in the people, believed in the project. I hate to say this, but your good friends are fucking idiots. None of my good friends believe in this shit. I would slap them and say, "What are you, a fucking idiot? Look at all the red flags." I would just bury them under the pile of red flags and go, "How can you be so fucking dumb? How can I be friends with someone who is so fucking dumb that they believe in the people behind this shit show?" But that's just me. Saggy Melon. She's not coming. Will pre-order money count towards this new Intellivision? No, it will not. You know it won't. Don't even pretend like you think it will.
And I found myself in the odd position of supporting the wood grain, but being against all the crappy business practices that I was seeing. You know, and I was just one of the lucky ones just because they went into a realm that I was familiar with, guys. If I wouldn't have known that they made a mistake that egregious because of my background in business, I would have been, you know, probably on the other side of this.
I don't have a background in business or any of the other stuff, and I recognized right away that this was all bullshit. I don't think there's a scenario ever in which I would have fallen for this. But hey, I don't lose. So.
But there's two things that they did that showed me that they were complete amateurs. One of them was the investment pitch. The numbers, you know, wouldn't work for a 2-year-old. I made a whole video on that. You can go back and look at the playlist and go through all the videos there. And the other was them shipping these consoles that weren't checked. It was just amateur hour. Supposedly 60 people were working there, but it never looked like there was more than 4 or 5 people working at the place, given the state of these consoles.
Yeah, there was 60 people working. All the interns checking up on me, making sure that I wasn't saying bad things about the company.
Given the state of what was going on. Oh, man. But to look back, right, and see that this is where we're ending, because this is it. Somebody needs to make a statement. Somebody needs to do something. You can't just let this be and let it out there that you sold all your properties and not say anything. That you sold.
Sure they can. I mean, they've done it before. Like you said, they only want your money, right? And they sold their properties, so they got nothing left. There's no product left. So why do they need to say anything? There's really nothing they need to say.
Rights to make consoles and not say anything. Yes, you said you pursued other things, but you said the console was going to be part of it, but not all of it. And here we have this. Here's consoles. They're just not yours because you sold the right for consoles and you sold your games. And you only told us about 2. Guys, it's going to be a nice, interesting next couple of days. Very entertaining, guys. So stay tuned. Let's see what we hear, and let's see what kind of stories they're going to tell us. Because look, can you smell it? Smell that. Take a whiff. Take a whiff.
I don't smell nothing. What am I smelling?
That stench is the BS that's coming. All right, humans. Thank you for joining me on this afternoon drive. Thank you for listening to my rant. Thank you so much.
Not really a rant. Rants are usually loud and energetic, mean, throwing some expletives in there. It's not really a rant. Just kind of, discussion, talk, have a little chat.
So much for subscribing. I really do appreciate your comments, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.
All right, so that was the Gen X Gamer video. And at that, we're at. Will Scamerico donate to Rich's leaky bait? That was like years ago. I don't think that's still live. Hope it's not still live. Anyway, that's 3 hours. How the hell did we get to 3 hours? Fuck. How do we do this? How do we squeeze out this much juice from an Amico, from a simple couple-minute video? I don't know how I do it. I must have some sort of magical powers. I get you this much entertainment from that little bit of juice. With that said, 45 of you, make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, share this video, live stream with your friends, and consider being a member. Or just come back, play out the theme song. What theme song, CGH? Yeah, we don't need a theme song. Someone else suggested something else to play us out. So we're gonna end this show with a fallen comrade, Sneaky V, wherever you are. This is for you.
Tommy Talerico's so in love with e-begging. At least all the people tell him so. And while he thinks e-begging is very crucial, it's probably not the way he'd choose to go. But a lifetime of music making would cost too much distraction. Good thing he's not a musician anymore. Tommy Talerico is Tommy Talerico crazy. Just be glad it's him, not you. If you had Tommy Talerico troubles, you might just be Tommy Talerico crazy too. You'd flash your big fake shiny smile. You'd buy expensive Ferraris too. But you'd be the only man on earth who couldn't enjoy Tommy Talerico. Oh no, you couldn't enjoy Tommy Talerico. Tommy Talerico is getting older. He never knows when to shut his mouth. And when Tommy Talerico looks back over his shoulder, he sees 1,000 Nintendo Switches sold over and over. He knows the only way the Amico will sell is to an old retarded grandpa while someone plays a sexy Nintendo Switch. Tommy Talerico is Tommy Talerico crazy. Just be glad it's him, not you. If you had Tommy Talerico troubles, you might just be Tommy Talerico crazy too. You'd flash your big fake shiny smile. You'd buy expensive Ferraris too. But you'd be the only man on earth who couldn't enjoy Tommy Talerico. Oh no, you couldn't enjoy Tommy Talerico. Tommy Talerico hopes somewhere there's a place for the Amico. 'Cause it's not a real game console, and he knows it. Somewhere in some secluded mansion, poor Tommy Talerico sits staring at a wall. And the outside world is such a hassle, and he knows it. Sometimes he won't go out in his Ferrari at all. There are thousands who know his name, and everybody knows he's full of shit. No wonder he sits at home and he feels so alone. Tommy Talerico is Tommy Talerico crazy, just be glad it's him, not you. If you had Tommy Talerico troubles, you might just be Tommy Talerico crazy too. You'd flash your big fake shiny smile, you'd buy expensive Ferraris too. But you'd be the only man on earth who couldn't enjoy Tommy Talerico. Oh no, you couldn't enjoy Tommy Talerico.